Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. Warrior fan. We are on the road tonight in Douglas, Kansas, somewhere south of nowhere. This is Mike Powers here with Jeremiah Lange and Darren Neufeld to announce and bring you the game. On camera, well, hi. On camera will be Mr. Jay Smith, and producing the operation will be Mr. Gene Winkler. So if we can now go to our Central National Bank pregame show. This is, you may get a good look at, this is the Lanning Pharmacy broadcast area. It's not as good this week as it was the first 2 weeks.
No, but it'll do.
My partner, Jeremiah Lange, wants to tell you all about tonight's game. So, Jeremiah, let's have our Central National Bank pregame show.
Hey, Mike, we are glad to be down in Douglas, Kansas tonight on this Friday evening. It's going to be a warm night. Douglas looks to be a strong team. They've got a good-sized line, and we were watching the warm-ups, and they were really airing the ball out. Quarterback for them is number 4, Caden Pickler, and he had a good arm and a couple good receivers. We're told in the scouting report, though, that they're going to run more than they're going to pass.
That's correct.
And
that's
so
what they said,
that
anyway.
And part of that might be watching them warm up. They didn't quite have the hands on the receptions that they might want for that kind of throwing. But I wouldn't be surprised if they air it out a few times just to keep us on our toes.
Darren Neufeld, our man down on the sideline. Let's get a shot of Darren. He's the handsome, he's the eye candy of the crew.
Now it's time to move.
Darren, I don't know what to make of Douglas. They're 1-1. They got thumped by Garden Plain, and they thumped Wichita Independent. Does that mean that we're about even, or are they just playing tougher competition?
Well, I'll tell you what, when you take a look at those two teams you just mentioned and you look at the all-around sports of those two teams the last 5 years plus, that doesn't surprise me, even if no matter where Douglas fits into the mix as far as their athleticism. Garden Plain's traditionally a great school in just about every sport. Independent struggled the last couple of years to put together. Baseball's been about the only thing they've really done, a really great job at. So, that doesn't surprise me. I don't know how. I've only been helping out a couple of years here, but it really I keep saying this almost every game, but the trenches are really going to make a difference in this game. Yeah, their line. We're just watching them warm up out here. It looks like their line might have a little bit of size in some spots, bigger than us, but I don't think they had quite the quickness. So it's going to really be, can we play our assignments versus just trying to overpower them. So.
Talking about the line, here's their offensive line. Their starters run 6'3" and 205, 6 foot and 270, 6 foot 280, 5'10", 180, and 6 foot 205. Anytime you're at this level of high ball and have kids that are 200 or above, that's a lot of times that's a lineman, but
those are big boys.
Those are pretty good sized boys compared to what we're lining up at start.
Right.
You got a prediction, Darren?
I don't know. You tell me which Marion team comes out. The one we saw the first week that just kind of got stifled and didn't figure out a way on the field to come back from that, or the team last week that once they got rolling, they just kept rolling. I think if we play, if the right team for Marion comes out here and we play the game, I think this is a close game right down to the end. I would hope we find a way to sneak it out in the end. If it's purely an in the trenches smash mouth game, I've got a feeling by the fourth quarter we're going to get worn down, and we might have a tough time stopping them late in that fourth quarter if it's just a smash mouth game.
Jeremiah, you care to differ with any of that?
No, I think those are good predictions. I'm also, Casey was always so bold to put a score out there, and I'm just not quite as confident to do that.
I will say score-wise, I think both teams score at least in the 20s.
Okay.
Watching what I saw out here in warm-ups, I think the capability is there. It's just who's going to make the mistakes to come out on to lose the on top in the end.
I think if we get a ball game with both teams in the 20s, that'll be a good ball game. We hope to see a good ball game. This is going to be the end of the first part of the Central National Bank pregame show. We'll remain here in the Lanning Pharmacy broadcast area because we're going to have something a little different. They're going to do a tribute to the military and the veterans. We're going to try to pick up some of that, but we'll join that when it's ready to go. So we'll be right back. We are back, and the VFW and American Legion riders will be coming onto the field in just a moment, and I'll get out of, I think, am I in your way, Jay? No? Okay. They will circle the track, and we'll shut up and just let you watch. As they circle the track, we're hearing from producer Gene Winkler that as they went by our location and gunned their engines, that his meter went screwy. I don't know if it's the meter or just Gene, but I do believe something was screwy.
I think Gene's meter has been screwy for a while.
Yeah. We understand that the riders are going to form a pathway, if you will, that the Douglas team will run through. I'm a little surprised they let them ride on the track.
I was thinking that too. Yeah, I'm not sure how that would go over.
Well, my guess is they were probably told, no hard braking, no burnouts.
Nobody. I wondered, the very last guy was trailing the others by so much. I thought, is he going to wait, let him get ahead, then screech up on him?
The playing of the national anthem, followed by the fight song performed this evening by the DHS Pet Band. The flag is
Well, that's pretty much the opening ceremony. We'll be right back.
The Marion High School Boosters are always there to support the students of Marion High in all their activities. Parents, grandparents, patrons of the district, and anyone wishing to support young people striving to excel are welcome to join the Warrior Nation. Buy some Warrior gear and show your colors. Come to a play, a game, a concert, or any other activity. Help boost the Warriors.
Check out Marion County Ace Hardware on Highway 56 north of town for all your home improvement, camping, lawn care, and other hardware needs. Marion Ace Hardware is a member of the largest retailer-owned hardware cooperative in the industry. They are committed to being the helpful place by offering knowledgeable advice, helpful service, and quality products. Helping you is the most important thing they do every day. At Marion County Ace Hardware, Carlson's Grocery supports the Marion Warriors, the Center Cougars, and all the people and organizations of the area. Carlson's offers a full-service grocery store with small-town friendliness and big city selection. Newly remodeled, Carlson's Grocery has a great variety of all your favorites. Fresh produce, an outstanding deli, and mouth-watering catering are also available at Carlson's. Carlson's Grocery, everything you need right here at home. Hannah Ford Abstract and Title is a trusted name serving people in the region since 1871. They provide abstracts of title and title insurance, along with real estate closings for your transactions. With the latest in leading-edge computer technology, Hannah Ford Abstract will continue to be dedicated to providing the very best of service for years to come, and to supporting students of MHS. Marion Die and Fixture is a Bradbury Group company that manufactures a wide range of custom dies and fixtures for metal forming applications. The dedicated employees and management place an emphasis on quality. Marion Die and Fixture is a proud supporter of the Marion community.
Ludwig Trucking of Florence, Kansas is there for all your trucking needs. Ludwig Trucking has been in business since 1922. If you need something moved, call Ron at 620-382-4381.
We're back and ready for the opening kickoff. We've still got motorcycles circling the track. As we said, they made a corridor that the Douglas team ran through. They do look a little bit like Butler County JUCO. We are looking directly in the sun. We didn't pay the rent on the Lange broadcast area, and we got downgraded just a little bit.
We lost our roof and
we
our
did,
walls.
Yes.
The Marion Warriors, number 55, Luke Lange.
We will not have the Danny Cam tonight. It's all on the broad shoulders of Jay Smith. And Luke Lanning will do the opening kickoff. Warriors will be headed north. End over end kick taken in the middle of the field at about the 15-yard line. Warriors take him down as he gets to about the 25.
Jackson Tracy on the tackle.
Excellent. Thank you, Darren. So the Warriors do a good job on kickoff coverage, and I think we are all really just interested to see how this game plays out. I know that we were trying to make predictions earlier, but those predictions were being made out of a huge abundance of ignorance.
Yeah, later on we'll talk about the last time Marion played football.
Oh, yeah, that's exciting. All right, first down. Quarterback keeps.
Now it's a run up the middle.
Sorry, I was looking at the clock. I missed the handoff.
Yeah, it was
I knew it was a run.
You were right there.
31 right up the middle, and he was met by our middle linebackers, both of them.
We'll hear a lot about 31.
Zachary Dressler, and he's going to carry the ball most of the time for Doug.
He is 5'11", 190 pounds.
He has 48 carries, 411 yards on the season already.
Douglas spreads the field, keeps the one back in the backfield, hands off to him again. This time he tries to go around the right side. He's got some running room. He's going to get out across the 35 before your Warriors bring him down.
He picked up the first down. Chains are moving. The Warriors really going to need to isolate him and make those tackles get to him before he gets to the line.
Coach Kraft indicated in the scouting report that he thought this was a pretty diverse and balanced team, but then went on to say that it was still a run-first team. But then came back and said that he thought that they would probably throw the ball more than any team we've seen this season. So what I take out of that is we really can't focus on any one thing. Here's a quarterback keeper. That worked as a bit of a draw, and he gets a good run out of it as he crosses the 50 into Warrior territory.
Yeah, Warriors finally brought him down and looked like about the 48-yard line. So Bulldogs into Warrior territory now.
Good enough for a Bulldog first down.
So with the first down, the Bulldogs continue a very successful offensive drive so far here in this ball game. Handoff again, and again good running room. It's going to pick up close to 8 yards.
Just the ball carrier up the middle.
Those two, Dressler and Pickler, are going to be the ones to carry them.
That comes by the Warriors.
Is that, it's Pichler. I didn't know if it was Pickler or Pitler.
I'm making it up.
As you go.
Yep.
All right, it'll be 2nd and 3. Quarterback back to pass. He's going to go over the middle, and it's too high. It'll be 3rd down.
And he got hit. Looks like.
Do we have a?
Yeah, that was that was Mercer. Yeah, that was Colton Mercer came in on the hit.
Here's a replay. And just right at the end of that is Jay having to do the whole thing. Jay's not going to be able to stay on any one thing. He'll have to move back and forth.
Stay with the ball.
Stay with the ball. Stay with the ball. All right, 3rd down. Douglas trying to spring a bit of a surprise after all the successful running to go for the pass play. This time it is a run again. The Warriors hit him in the backfield. There'll be a loss on the play.
Yeah,
that was the initial hit was by Blaine.
Yeah,
Blaine
great
Murmas.
Tackle by Blaine Murmas there. He grabbed him and held on. He was not going to let go.
Murmas, Luke Lanning, and other Warriors were in on that. Good job by Murmas. His dad, by the way, deserves a shout out since Darren and Jeremiah went shopping for food. Tyler was here doing their jobs, helping us with the sound check. No comment from either of you?
He got here early and was the driver for an athlete who missed the bus.
You didn't have to eat, Mike.
Hey, it's not like you paid for it.
Didn't say I did.
Yeah, Jay Smith didn't eat. Okay, that's going to be a motion penalty against Douglas. They were going to go for it on 4th down and 7. That'll push them back. See if that changes anything. It'll make it 4th and 12.
A couple different personnel coming on.
Looks
the
like
field.
they're bringing on a punt team.
Sam Zinn's going to go back for the return.
Their punter is number 4. Is that who we've got back
No.
there? No.
It's like number
Number 2.
2.
Okay. I was going by what the scouting report told me. Fair catch, caught nicely at the 26.
By the Warriors, number 2, Sam Zinn.
So Zinn with the fair catch. The Warriors will be in good shape right in the middle
Very
of the
good
field.
decision by Zinn on that one. He had 3 purple jerseys right in his face when he caught it.
Yeah, he wasn't going to have anywhere to go. The Warriors take over on offense here at their own, looks like 27-yard line, maybe 8.
Douglas is they've got 39 kids on the roster. They'll be the first team we played this year that really have a lot of numbers on us. Warriors with 28 on our roster. First down play is a keeper. Good running
He's
room
got
around the
room.
right side.
He's got room.
One man, he has to, yeah, he gives him the stiff arm, driven out of bounds after a great run.
He just could not push that guy far enough away.
Chase Stringer, the
So
quarterback,
Stringer with a great run to open the ball game.
pushed out of bounds by number 23.
You know, we got to that corner and they had nobody in that second level. Their safety never came over at all.
Yeah, that was a great run by Stringer.
I think they're all keyed on Heidebrink getting the ball up the middle.
Well, I was kind of expecting that, actually, so they weren't the only ones. Stringer back. That's a handoff to Heidebrink, and Heidebrink gets good running up the middle. He's not going to have a first down, but it's a good positive gain.
Yeah, he's going to find about 5 yards there. Good run by Heidebrink. Warriors already mixing things up with a run to the outside and then a run up the middle. Noah Dalrymple's over on the sideline getting taped up. The other thing we noticed today while we were getting set up is Todd Palak is
Yeah,
tonight. We don't know
right.
why that is.
Good young sophomore.
You know what? On those first 2 plays, the best thing for the Warriors is the fact that they could tackle on both of those.
2nd and 3. Heidebrink again.
He's going to pick up a few more yards.
Positive yardage, we'll have to see. We are set up between the 30 and 35-yard line on the south end of the field. This is a first down. They're headed north, so the farther to the north they get, the harder it's going to be for us to give you accurate line markings and such. That's what Darren's for.
I got you.
Right, 1st and 10 Warriors. Their scoreboard does not indicate the line of scrimmage, so that's no help. Low snap. Stringer handles it well. Turns back upfield.
There's just not much there. Bulldogs kind of surrounded him.
He picked up about 2.
Yeah.
Marion.
So far, the Warriors. Zinn comes out of the game almost. I don't know if he's just rotating out. He looked like he was a little shook up, but perhaps not.
4 on the play, 6 down and 6.
Het's in the ball game, and Dalrymple's back in. He's on the far side of the field, split out wide. Warriors have stayed on the ground to this point. Man in motion, that's going to be a penalty.
Yeah, we jumped. First still moving for Heidebrink left.
So that'll push us back 5.
Flag on the play.
Try that again.
It's a pretty night, nice breeze. It was pretty warm as we set up our scaffolding here today, but all in all, even other than looking straight into the sun, it's pleasant out here.
It is, and Warriors are keeping things over on the north end of the field, which is nice.
We'll have to stare directly into it. 2nd and 11. Stringer keeps this time again, running room around the right side, puts on a little move, tries to cut back in, rolls over a guy. I think he's got the first down.
It looks like it.
Yes, first down by 2 yards.
Excellent. Darren, what's our line of scrimmage going to be?
10.5.
Thank you, sir.
10.5.
I like that. I say that about every time we get in this situation, but I like that ability to get close and get a first down. It's not all or nothing from the 11-yard line or 10-yard line or whatever. All right. Warriors 1st and 10 from just outside the 10. Stringer wants to pass, gets it away quick. That's Zen. Brought down quickly.
Able to pick up about 5 yards, it looks like.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the 6. He picked up 5.
So, Mike, this is a great opportunity for Warriors. If they can score early here, I think get that first score and set the tone for this game.
My guess is that the young men had some of the same thoughts we had, that we don't really know what we're walking into here, but we know Douglas plays against some pretty good competition, so the fact that they have the same record doesn't necessarily mean we're their equal. But you come out and you score first, changes your whole perception.
Absolutely.
Second down and 5. And we've got a penalty flag.
Flag on the play.
We're jumping that play. That's the second time on this drive.
Yeah, this time it was the slot that moved.
False start on the Warriors.
Yeah, that's the one thing. And I think if you read the scouting report, although he didn't specifically say it, Coach Kraft was pretty specific about we needed to watch our assignments and not make mistakes. And I think included within that would be don't make unforced penalties. If there is such a thing as a forced penalty. All right, 2nd and 11. The Warriors put themselves in a bit of a hole here. Handoff to Heidebrecht. He's going to go forward. He doesn't get much.
He might have got 2 yards there.
Tackle on the play.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to call it, but they need to get back on this corner. If they would run outside on this corner, if Chase would have kept that one, he had a lot of green in front of him, especially with Cuckoo trailing as a pitch man.
Yeah, they've had success there twice.
Eli Het comes in the ball game for the Warriors, brings in the play. Remains at, well, of course he remains in, but he splits out on the right side. From the shotgun, Finger puts the man in motion and keeps going around the right side just as the doctor ordered.
He's
in the zone with a Kaysenson touchdown!
Touchdown by Chase Stringer.
Our offensive coordinator, Darren Neufeld, called that one.
It's like having Tony Romo in the booth, you know that? Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if Coach heard me or not from behind the bench over here.
It's better than having Tony Romo in the booth. It's like having Tony Romo on the sideline.
That's right.
Their outside linebacker on this near side has just not followed the ball out at all.
Warriors up 6-0. Extra point attempt. Stringer rolls, cuts back up the middle. He's going to be short. No, he's in. He's in the zone. Wow.
The guy on the far end at the line called it. The guy on the near side just kept his arms down the whole time. So, but we're going to go with his call and
we are.
Go 8-0.
You know, actually, right at the end of that play, I hope it doesn't keep happening, but on the right as Stringer got hit, the linebacker that came up for safety, I'm not sure which it was, it took a direct blow right to his head. So it was right in that pile, though, so the refs couldn't see it from either side. But I hope that doesn't keep happening all night. Otherwise, Stringer's going to be pretty sore up top.
One of the things that I keep referring to the scouting report, but one of the things that Coach Kraft said in that scouting report was physical defense that plays fast till the whistle, which sometimes is code for they're going to hit you late if they get the opportunity.
Yeah.
That one wasn't late because Stringer was getting stood up, but it's just the location that he decided to pull out hit him.
Yeah.
Was
obviously
not extremely legal.
Gotcha.
Gilpin and number 3, Jones.
So the Warriors on their first possession take it from the just outside the 25, down the field and put it in the end zone after forcing a punt from the Bulldogs. So that's a great start to the ball game.
The only downside of that drive was the 2 false starts.
Yeah.
It was a really good drive. Warriors mixed it up, went with 1 pass play and a couple runs outside and a few runs up the middle.
Here's the good thing, though. If you get a touchdown at the end of a drive, you don't remember the mistakes in the middle of the drive.
So you watch the tape tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. Lanning's kick down the right side, taking it about the 15. Runner trying to get around the end, and he's got some running room over there. Goes out of bounds finally.
Yeah, that was ultimately it was Noah Cuckoo that chased him out, but he had some room to run there.
30-yard line. Bulldogs.
take him out at the 33-yard line. So again, good field position for Douglas.
Warrior defense looking to now make stops. They've seen one drive already. They kind of can anticipate what they're going to do. The only thing they haven't really seen, we've seen one pass quarterback, but we know he's capable of throwing a pretty solid pass, about 30, 35 yards.
As you said, they were really working on it in the pregame. There's a handoff, and there's a lot of running room. Dressler may be off to the races. Nobody's going to catch him. So Dressler scores quickly in return.
Warrior defense was scratching their heads saying, what happened?
Taking a look at it here, we had a couple of Warriors that nobody really squared up and got a shot at him. People were kind of getting a shoulder pad or an arm on him, but that's not going to bring him down.
That is too bad.
68-yard touchdown run.
The band plays On Wisconsin, which is obviously a big Bulldog song. I'm being sarcastic. I don't
I'm just glad you could pick out the tune, Mike. That's good.
You're such a band critic.
No, they sounded good from over here. That was nice. I just don't want to hear that song anymore.
Going for two.
Trying to get him to jump.
Yeah, he may have succeeded. Yeah, they're going to succeeded in getting his own team to jump with the bark on the play call.
That's kind of an odd thing to do on a two-point conversion.
Agree with you.
Just put it in the end zone.
I mean, you're not going to gain that much even if we jump.
Right.
So why don't you save that and get us when they're, it's 4th and 2 or something.
Right, yeah, we've seen it, we've heard it. That's like an odd thing to use here. Bulldogs are set back now about the 8-yard line.
Yeah, should be the 8.
They're making us look into the sun.
Yeah, they really are. Dressler in the backfield. Everybody else split out. Quarterback to pass. Nice pass. That slant complete in the end zone. So we got a tie ball game.
They are going to challenge us on the run and the pass, and our defense is going to have to be in position to make those stops.
That 2-point conversion was caught by Colby Castor, a senior.
We saw him in the warm-up making some receptions, and he was his go-to guy there. So,
that penalty actually probably helped them on that play. That extra 5 yards gave them the cushion to throw that play in and do that pass.
That's a good point, because it would have been all congested in there if they'd have tried to run that play with just the 3 yards instead of the 8 yards.
Yeah.
We've got, you can see that the sun's shining. Those yellow lines you see that are on your screen are there in reality as well, and they are blessing the Warriors huddle. Right?
That's right, and hopefully now the Warrior drive. So.
Or I have retina damage. Zen deep to receive for the Warriors. Well,
Anthony Brooks is going to drop back also.
Brooks was kind of in the middle there, but now he drops back with Zen. Both standing on the 10-yard line right now. Line drive kick.
Got a whistle and a flag. Probably a false start, and they're going to kick it again.
Yeah, I think the kicking team was offside.
And
it went out of bounds.
It went out of bounds, too.
This is cheating.
Just inside the 10, probably about the 8-yard line.
Once again, this is Mike Powers with Jeremiah Lange and Darren Neufeld on the field, Jay Smith on camera, Gene Winkler in the shade down below.
Our first quarter sponsors, Mike, this game are Eagle Communication, Prairieland Partners, and Marion National Bank.
It's 8-8, 4:53 to go first quarter. Warriors about to receive. Warriors have had one possession. Douglas just scored on their second possession. Short line drive kick again.
Hands at 25 and is picked up.
Picked up and brought back to the middle. Bounces off a couple people. Still has some running room.
Brooks brings it out to the 40.
Anthony Brooks with a pretty good return will set the Warriors up with good field position.
That was a nice heads-up play by a freshman there to get that ball, just go attack it and take it upfield.
Brooks, as said, a freshman. He's listed at 5'7", 146.
40-yard line, first down and 10.
Stringer jogs onto the field with the play call. The Warriors certainly had success attacking the edges on that first drive.
Yes, they did.
Right in front of us. Stringer hands off to Heidebrick, and that time Heidebrick has success running right up the gut, gets across the 50, picks up a first down.
Yeah, he looked fast there, picked up over 10 yards.
The ball carrier.
Good run by Heidebrick.
First down for the Warriors, tackled by number 31, Dressler.
Dalrymple comes off.
Guys, it seems like
going back on.
There's wind from the south, and on the flags it appears to be blowing pretty hard. We heard a lot of it earlier in our microphones, but I think it's died off just a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it's as strong as the flags really look.
So 1st and 10 for the Warriors now. Stringer keeps, runs the option to the left this time. He's going to keep, cuts back. Going to get a short gain. Well, I shouldn't say a short gain. He's going to get about 5 yards.
Yeah, he's spin for about 6 yards.
Yeah, so. Heck, I might even.
He's closer to 7 yards.
He's just increasing by the moment.
But it's a short 7.
He had Mercer there on the pitch and decided to keep. Was able to pick up a few yards there.
So the Warriors certainly appear to be able to move the ball. They've not really had any trouble so far in this game. I don't really want to see a 40-40 shootout, but I guess as long as everybody's in the 40s, I'll take it. Stringer keeps again, runs the option to the right.
He gets wrapped up at about the 40.
Looks close.
That outside linebacker has made the adjustment, and he was out there on the pitch, man, and he was able to cut back, pinch down on Stringer. So they might have to try they got a first down out of it, but they might have to try a little different play.
Like to see, we talked about before, but just a quick slant across the middle with some of these receivers that we have. I think that pass is there.
39-yard line, first down Warriors, 3:15 to go, first quarter. Murmas goes in motion, handoff to Heidebrick. Heidebrick meets resistance, but he carries the pile forward for a nice gain.
Yeah, he's really doing a good job of pumping those legs and picking up yards. There's a train track, Mike, right just past the home stands. And we're going to pick up that train going by here.
Thought for a moment we were playing Harrington. They used to, every time they would score, they had a little train that went around, very obnoxious. Warriors 2nd and 4 here in the Chicago rail yards. Stringer brings a man around from the other side. That's Cuckoo, but there's not much there. The misdirection did not work this time.
He's going to be at the line of scrimmage and bring up 3rd down.
Number 54.
Short gain will make it 3rd and 3.
You know, that's not a bad play call in that situation, just to see what's going to happen, because you got one direction, see how far they overplay the run.
Be interesting to see here. We're on about the 33-yard line, give or take, whether we'd be in four down territory or not. Stringer keeps, gets around the left side. He's got some yardage. He's got a first down. He's got more. Going to be drugged down as he gets near the 10.
Yeah, I think he got inside of the.
Well, the quarterback keeper.
There's an injured bulldog on the court, or the field, excuse me.
That's 44.
That's Owen Porter. That's a nose tackle. Boy, he's not very big.
It's his knees. He's not even moving that knee.
Got to give that young man, he's a senior, but got to give him some credit playing inside right in there with the big boys at 150 pounds. This is a Tampa State Bank timeout.
Go over those first quarter sponsors again.
Yes, sir. Knock
Eagle
yourself out.
Communication, Prairie Land Partners, and Marion National Banker. Mike called a couple of their employees yesterday in a meeting, the boys at MNB.
As well as the DHS cheerleaders.
That's true. I did.
They're going to help him off the
Round of
field.
applause for number 44,
Yeah.
Owen Porter.
Porter up and walking very slowly off the field.
Definitely favoring that leg.
Hey, we want to thank the administration here in Douglas. They could not have been more accommodating and friendly to us. I'm sorry that I've forgotten the name of their athletic director, but he met us here, showed us where to park, let us in, pretty much rolled out the red carpet, and I very much appreciate that.
Yeah, very helpful. Nice.
Didn't help us unload, though.
He did not help us unload. Well, if you see a bunch of fat old men that want to unload and build scaffolding, you just stand aside and watch them do it.
Yeah. Try not to get involved.
Darren, are we inside the 10?
Yes, about the 8.
Okay. First and goal from the 8. Handoff to Heidelberg. He's hit quickly. Short gain, if any.
Yeah, they might have got a yard.
Jacob Woody.
No gain, no loss.
Okay. So second down. The Warriors over there on that left hash mark. There is a lot of field over here on the right side.
That's the side that they've had success. That near side.
When the game started, the Warriors didn't have hardly anyone in the stands, but now there's a bunch of people here. I don't know where they came from. Okay, rolling to this side. Looked like he wanted to pass, but decided to keep the ball. And short gain on behalf of Stringer.
Just outside the 5.
Gets about 2.5.
Third and goal.
If I had to guess, Mike, I'd say these fans came from Marion.
So you're being a little overly literal.
Well, I'm just trying to help you out.
I said I didn't know where they came from, as in they just appeared.
Yeah.
Oh, where's Ed Wheeler when you need him? Ed,
Oh, sun went down. Mike's got his light on.
Kevin Hofer, Kevin Freesting, Roger Schroeder, anyone. All right, third down.
Wow. I can live with the rest.
We got a Tampa State Bank timeout. That'll be the Warriors' first timeout call tonight.
And it's almost the end of the quarter.
5 seconds to go. We could have waited that one out, couldn't we?
I must have been a
Well,
clock,
I don't know. I
play
forgot.
Clock winding
I
down.
forgot to look up and see where the ref was at with his
Countdown.
But the Warriors started into that play and had a guy out of position, and so Chase actually looked over at Coach Kraft and they called that timeout.
Well, if that's the value of having a savvy senior quarterback then, because in that situation, the 5 seconds don't mean anything. Losing 5 yards could have meant a lot.
Yes.
Well, the sun is just about to go down behind the trees on the far side, and you are correct, Jeremiah. Here's something you will learn, Sprout. As you age, you need more light to see things.
I'm learning that
Okay, then shut up.
every Friday.
Pretty proud of yourself on that word. Hey, yeah, he is hanging out with the old people. It's like visiting. Never mind. Here we go.
Here we are.
3rd and 5. Stringer keeps. It's still running, but I think it's all lateral.
It's going to bring up 4th down. It's the end of the quarter, so we're going to come to the end of the field.
So with the ball placed just inside the 5, it'll be 4th and goal as the first quarter ends. We will have a St. Luke Hospital quarterly report and come back with a special announcement from Jeremiah Lange. Let's go down to Darren Neufeld.
Douglas 8, Marion 8.
Okay, well, we're moving the ball great. If we can just keep that up all 4 quarters, and also, they scored in 2 plays on that last drive, or maybe their first play from scrimmage.
Play, yeah.
So their offense has only been on the field 8, 9 plays so far in this game?
Yeah.
And we've had 2 sustained drives. So the good thing about that is we're going to wear their defense down. If we can continue this, I don't think they can score on 1 or 2 plays the whole game, or at least I hope not. So by the 4th quarter, we wear hopefully that puts us to where we can, be on top when it gets to the end of the game.
Darren, you need to walk further this direction, or not so far, because Jay could not get you on camera, and we lose viewers if we don't have you on camera.
I highly doubt that. In fact,
Jeremiah.
you probably keep more sponsors.
Jeremiah.
All right. As you enjoy tonight's game, be thankful our student athletes and coaches have the proper number of officials to oversee this contest. Our student athletes and coaches at the sub-varsity level are not as fortunate as youth programs have even fewer officials available to work their games. There's a shortage of officials in our area, and the number of registered officials continues to decline. Please consider becoming an official, give back to the game you love, and serve the youth in our community. If you are interested, please visit callthegame.com or speak with your athletic director, Brian Shue, for more information.
And here's a big fourth down play. That's a pitch in the zone.
That pitch was outside the Jackson Tracy.
Okay, the key there was Noah Dalrymple. Noah Dalrymple put the block on where Tracy didn't even get hit walking in.
Rerun it, Gene. Take a look at this. Love the little backhand pitch here. There's the pitch to Tracy, and there's the block,
seal.
and he did. He
Yeah.
took him clear to the ground. I hear people along the sideline saying, good block, 20. So excellent work by the Warriors. Work the way down the field. Go up 14-8, although it's not on the scoreboard. Lining up for the two-point conversion here now. Finger keep, cuts back in.
He's
in the zone. We had a Case and Son touchdown followed by a Case and Son two-point conversion. Warriors up 16-8 early in the second quarter.
Key to this, Mike, is they're going to kick off again, and we really, really need to slow down that run of the Bulldogs.
Well, this Dressler kid's good, and that first offensive possession that Douglas had, he was hammering away at us, but we were stopping him after 4, 5, 6 or whatever, and then they had they overthrew a pass, and suddenly they don't have the luxury of the extra downs, and next thing you know, they had to punt.
Right.
The second time, we just missed some assignments.
Yeah, we missed him completely.
Yeah. Yeah, one assignment was tackle the guy with the ball. We missed that one. One thing I think we'll probably not hammer on this nail much longer, but I think we have seen that this certainly is a team we ought to be able to compete with, and I still think that our margin for error may be a little less than theirs because they appear to have more big play, quick strike capability.
Right.
But no reason to think we can't win this ball game.
No, I'm with you. While we're waiting to kick off, get our second quarter sponsors in here: Triple R Hauling, Shelter Insurance, Erie Real Estate, and the Marion Kiwanis.
Lange will kick off for the Warriors. A little bit shorter, end over end, taken at the 26. Oh, got some running room.
That was not
That's
who we wanted to
Dressler.
kick to.
Lanning's going to force him out of bounds. Nice job by Luke Lane to get over there. But yeah, that's the last person we wanted to kick to.
Luke did a good job of making sure that he didn't score, but we need to kick it in the opposite direction to him.
I really believe, Jeremiah, that we need to force Douglas to go 65 to 70 yards on every drive.
Yeah,
we can't let them.
Multiple plays.
Yes, we can't let them start with 35 yards to the end zone.
Right.
And that's where they are right now. The ball actually they're closer than that. They're just inside the 30, so they're 30 yards to the end zone. Going to be a pass to the outside.
Mercer's there.
He dodges one tackle and gets forward for a few more yards.
Yeah, I think Mercer was able to get back and get there with Eli Head on the tackle.
That'll be a first down.
Warrior defense needing to make sure that they are on their assignment.
Hard to see from here, but I think they're just inside the 20. First down from there. Got two receivers on this side. Quarterback's going to keep. Goes forward, nice gain.
Goes right right up the middle of the defense.
He's going to pick up, it looks like about 8 yards, 7 or 8 yards.
Tackle
We'll
made
call
by
it
number
2nd and
20,
2.
Noah Dowler.
Where are they, Darren, right now? Where's the ball actually spotted?
The nose is right on the 10.
Okay, thank you. 2nd and short. Hand off to Dressler there. He's in the zone, but there is a flag down in the
Flag
backfield.
in the backfield.
But a flag on the play.
This one's coming back.
Looks like a hold. Nope, maybe not. Illegal shift, I think.
Illegal shift on the Bulldogs.
That's what it is. The official, I thought he was signaling. He's got his back to us, and then he made the illegal shift signal, so that'll move him back 5.
Not sure if you could tell on the replay, but I believe what's happening is that the one running back is not coming set. He's never getting set.
Maybe they've been used to to playing in the Canadian rules where you can have a guy going forward at the snap.
Bring up 2nd and 6.
Well, that's a break for the Warriors here. That's still certainly in jeopardy that far down in their own end of the field, but Dressler was almost untouched going into the end zone on that one. Gives the Warriors a chance for a do-over. Quarterback back to pass. Caught out in the right side, and he tiptoes down the line. He's in the zone. So, a game of anything you can do, I can do better.
That's
between
right.
the Warriors and the Bulldogs there.
Gonna go back and forth here tonight.
And once again, the familiar strains of On Wisconsin.
You know, that was a perfectly executed play because that guy got that underneath pass, and both blockers had their guys sealed off. We didn't have a chance to get to him.
Lining up for the attempted 2-point conversion. 2 receivers on each side. Lined up in the eye. Oh, ball's on the ground. Quarterback picks it up.
That's Dressler. That was a direct snap to
What?
Dressler.
Okay, well, he was playing quarterback in that position.
Yep.
So Dressler did not handle the snap, and the Warriors maybe catch a break. Still lead 16-14 as they'll be receiving now. I tell you what, Jeremiah, we need to do more on this south end of the field because I'm having to look under, over, around, and through the scaffolding bar here because everything's to my right.
Sorry.
Thank you. Feel better.
I won't even make a short joke.
Gene, if you could turn this scaffolding around, that would be great. You gave the darn cameraman the good position, and Jay just kind of claimed that on his own, actually.
The Booster Club, support of our activity program, they help provide assistance in 2 ways to all of our various.
Gene, I know that no one can hear Gene but me, but I'm going to answer what Gene just said. Duh. Okay, thank you very much. That's right, I'm dropping the mic.
Taking it off of my ear and throwing it on the ground.
Number 3, Jones.
The Warriors send back Sam Zinn and Anthony Brooks.
Brooks had a pretty nice return last time. We know that Zinn's fully capable of returning the ball from what we've seen in the past 2 games. Appear to be kind of punching it over there towards Brooks. Oh, nice move to get outside. He's going to get the ball out across the 30.
Got a flag that came in from the back on the late
Pushed out of bounds near the 32-yard line.
late part of the play.
Flag on the play.
Unfortunately, they're going to have to call a holding call, but they sure could have called a face mask on the end of that play, too.
Gene, let this run just a little bit. I'd like to see the end of it here. Yeah, we really couldn't see it very well, but
I didn't hold either.
we didn't see it.
The hold came when Sam Zinn had his guy kind of tackled to the ground.
You can't do that? Really, they got
Not from the offensive
some
side.
funny rules here. Well, That's too bad because the Warriors had a nice return, but not devastating. We'll take over on the 20-yard line.
Come the Warriors.
Zen, Dalrymple, your wide out, 2-spot back. Heidebreck in the backfield. And off, no, Zen keeps it, Stringer keeps it, and he's going to get out for about 3.
He danced around, I think probably 6 yards east and west, 3 yards to the south.
Tackle made by number 50, Woody. For 14
Yeah, he did. There was a lot more movement. If he had had his Fitbit on, it would have shown more movement than the north-south yards a game. 2nd and 8. Nice crowd on the far side for the Bulldogs here.
Yeah, good Warrior crowd.
It is a good
coming
crowd.
Down Highway 77.
A long way down Highway 77. That's a handoff to Heidebreck, and good hard running is going to get him out across the 25, 26 perhaps.
7, Heidebreck. One carrier.
Then comes off.
Tackle by number 2, Logan.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 4.
A makeable 3rd down for the Warriors. I recognize that, especially with high school players, anytime you go to the air, there's perhaps more risk. But I'd like to see us with a slant or just a quick shot to someone here. There's a pitch going around the right side. Cuckoo.
He did not, I'm not sure he got to the line of scrimmage.
No, there's a loss of about half a yard.
Yeah.
And it was actually the safety that came up and made that hit.
That's interesting because one of the things that was mentioned in the scouting report is that their defensive backs play pretty far off the ball. They really don't worry too much about stopping the run. They're pretty much just all to stop the pass. That's probably a defensive adjustment they've made due to our success on the ground here tonight.
Blaine Murmas back to punt. Lots of time.
Lots of time. Line drive kick. Gonna be down at the 45-yard line. That's Brandon Mercer who downed the ball for the Warriors. It was going to take a Douglas bounce on him there.
Braden Mercer.
Yep, Braden.
Oh, what'd I say?
Brandon.
Close enough.
Bulldogs will start on the 45-yard line.
All right, Warrior defense really needing to stop.
Yeah, we're still not, Jeremiah, we're still not in that situation where we're putting them in a position to have to go the length of the field.
Right.
Once again, it's not as good as it was last time, but still they're on their own 45 to start off here. Hand off to Dressler. He's just running through tackles.
Yeah, we had him wrapped up and he ran out of it.
Tackle there was by Colton Mercer. It'll be a 1st down and then some as it gets the ball down.
You know, we are not getting down on our hits. We're hitting him up around the shoulder pads, and you're not going to bring him down up there.
That's exactly what we're doing.
18-yard run.
Ball inside the 40 at about the 37-yard line, 1st down. Quarterback keeps, rolls, gets the ball popped out for the completed pass. Going to be pushed out of bounds inside the 20.
And that was who he threw to on the touchdown earlier. That's Hurd, number 24.
Yeah, Caleb Hurd, who's a 6'2", 175-pound senior. I talked to their athletic director before the game. He said that they were in a position where they just had almost all seniors, kind of their last year, and he said, so you're just like us. I said, well, except that we were almost all seniors last year. There's a lot of seniors, but they haven't played much. Hand off to Dressler.
Going to pick up like about 8 yards.
The Douglas ground game, well, the Douglas offense has, after that first drive where the Warriors held them, has appeared to be a little bit unstoppable so far. 7:30 to go. The Warriors do have a 16-14 lead, but Warriors were just forced to punt, whereas the Bulldogs appear to be moving down towards another score.
Warrior defense needs to pick the ball.
The quarterback goes around the right side. He gets into the end zone. Put 6 on the board for the Bulldogs.
Bulldogs.
It's going to put some pressure on the Warriors, I think, Jeremiah. The Warriors offense, that is, that we know we can score, but it gets kind of tough when you feel like you have to score every time.
Yeah, and when you know you cannot miss an opportunity to score.
Right. So our score is Douglas Bulldogs 6, Marion Warriors 16, 7:06 to go.
I think Douglas Bulldogs have 20.
I'm sorry. That would be true. And that's taken into the end zone by Dressler, so it'll be 22-16 Bulldogs up. 7:06 to go, second quarter. Warriors will huddle up here. We'll have a Tampa State Bank timeout while Coach Kraft talks to them before the kickoff.
First score, Bulldogs 22.
Maybe this. Go ahead.
Go over our second quarter sponsors, which are Triple R Hauling, Shelter Insurance, Fury Real Estate, Marion Kiwanis Club. Our Warrior sponsors are Marion Auto Supply, Gambino's Pizza, Katie Insurance, Security First Title.
Casey Case, of course, a founding member of MCTV who has ridden off into the sunset, sent me this email today. He called it useless trivia. So we're going to try to, if we can, we'll have an ongoing feature of useless trivia from Casey Case. I don't have time right now. Well, I've introed it. Useless trivia. Keep that in your mind. We'll come back to it.
Teaser. Call it a teaser.
It's a teaser. They're already out here ready to kick off, and
I know.
I thought we were breaking the huddle.
We are taking our time. We're going to make them wait. That's their punishment.
Coach Kraft has the biggest, it's not a white board, it's a green board. It's just massive.
That's white on this side.
Oh, it is. It's white on one side, green on the other.
Yeah.
You could do like James Cameron dinosaur stuff on one side,
right,
and draw football plays on the other.
So you can draw what you're going to do.
Amazing. Little AC/DC over the loudspeaker. Here's the kick. Kick will come to Tracy again.
That's to Brooks.
To Brooks, excuse me. Brooks has a little opening here, cuts through it.
And that closed quick. But Brooks gets out to the 30.
He's going to the right places, Jeremiah.
Yeah, he is.
He's got good instincts out there.
I think they think they're kicking to a freshman, and they're probably kicking to the more dangerous of the two returners. Sam's a great return, but Anthony we've seen in some games and practices, Anthony's got a great nose for running.
And I would agree with you. They probably looked at game film and saw that Zen had done well, and we'll kick to this other kid. He's just a freshman, but hopefully it'll bite him before the night's over.
Right.
From the 30-yard line, handoff straight ahead, garners just a yard or two.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage by a pack of Bulldogs.
That was Heidebrecht.
Led by Kyle Hurd.
Runners are getting to the second level. They're tested. Conversely, okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. When we're getting to that second level, we're getting to the linebacker who's been uncontested to that point. Conversely, when we're on defense, their blockers are getting a hat on our linebacker. So it's tougher for us to make that hit on the running back.
Second down play interrupted by a whistle. It's going to be a
false start.
Yeah. Movement penalty against the Warriors, so it'll make it second and 13.
Second down.
We realize we don't have a camera right now. We've got. I'm gonna keep talking if you'll shut up. We don't have a camera right now, so we're just gonna tell you what's happened. We just had a cable break. I don't know what Jay Smith bit it into.
He was playing with a knife, I thought.
Is that what he had a knife playing with?
Out. He was ready to be done filming.
We'll call it a 2nd and 12, one back in the backfield along with Stringer as he puts the man in motion. Stringer back to pass, looks to his right, lets it go over the middle. He's got Zen wide open. Zen pulls it in. Zen's at the 35 and still going. He's at the 30, the 25. He's inside the 20-yard line.
That was a great play call. I like that play call because they had been cheating in, and that keeps them honest. Sam's in with a great reception, comes back and makes the catch, and is able to pick up more than a first down. He is well into Bulldog territory.
Zen was 15 yards behind the nearest D-back.
Yeah.
If Chase could have got it way out to him, it would have been a 6 easy, but Sam did a great job of coming back to the ball and making a real tough catch when all of a sudden there was some purple there.
So the Warriors in business now at the 19-yard line of the Bulldogs. The man goes in motion again. That time handoff to Heidebrecht. Heidebrecht met hard but falls forward near the 15. We'll have to see where they mark it. Looks like they're going to mark it just outside the 15.
Yeah, I think maybe the 14 and a half. So going to bring up second and about 7.
A solid 3-yard gain, maybe just shortly more. Warriors, I don't think we want to turn into the Woody Hayes Ohio State team of 4 yards in a cloud of dust, but perhaps we could. From the shotgun, Stringer, we do have a picture again now. Stringer keeps, cuts back. It appeared to be a broken play. I'm not sure, but he got a good gain down inside the 10.
He did. He made something out of nothing there. He dodged a couple tackles and was able to pick up.
It'd be about a half a yard short.
Yeah, pick up about 6 yards.
Third and a short yard now for the Warriors, so 2 cracks to get it. What's that? I'm sorry? Oh, we're getting calls into our newsroom that people preferred it when there was no picture. Gene's getting the calls right down there right now. Gene said he loves to watch the radio. All right.
For some reason I believe that.
Big third down play here. Heidebrecht with the carry.
He just lowered his shoulder.
He powers inside the 5.
Great run by Heidebrecht. He got to the line of scrimmage, put that shoulder down, and
Picked up first down.
And he picked up the first down.
So the Warriors first and goal from the 4-yard line. What a game of contrasting styles. The Warriors mixing it up, pounding, hit you around the outside edge, throw the pass. Meanwhile, the Bulldogs are striking with big running plays and an occasional pass. Stringer keeps. Oh, he sheds a tackle. He's in the zone. That's a great run by Stringer. Case and Son touchdown.
Great run by Stringer. He's able to get out of a tackle and pick up that touchdown.
So the Warriors retake the lead. Well, actually, that ties it up.
That was a case where, just the same thing we said a little bit ago about the other team, they tried to tackle Stringer up around the shoulder pads. Now,
yeah, that's exactly right. So the Warriors' opportunity here, we got a 22-22 ball game, 3:39 to go first half. Warriors attempting to regain the lead on this 2-point conversion attempt. Heidebrecht with the carry. No, did Stringer keep it? Or
I think Stringer did keep it.
Okay,
yeah.
He's in the zone for the 2-point conversion.
Stringer kept it and then just followed Heidebrecht.
Okay, I couldn't tell Darren whether he handed
pulled
it off.
He had it in there. He gave it to Heidebrecht, and then he saw Heidebrecht was going to get hit, so he pulled it the last second and then just followed him in.
Really heady game by Stringer so far tonight. So the Warriors up 24-22.
3:39 left in the half. Second quarter sponsors are Triple R Haulings, Shelter Insurance, Huey Real Estate, Marion Kiwanis Club.
And here is Useless Trivia
by Casey Case.
Mike, here's a little useless trivia that you can choose to or not to work into your broadcast. As far as I know, the last time Marion and Douglas played each other in football was 40 years ago in 1978. Jay Smith and I were seniors, and Douglas was undefeated and ranked number 1 in the state in 3A. They came to Marion in the second round of the playoffs on a nasty, rainy, windy, cold night and left with a 14-8 victory. They went on to win the state championship that year. It was also the last high school football game for Jay and me, but then, as in now, Jay was the more attractive of the two. That was the start of a rather odd stat for Marion football. The first 4 years that Marion made it to the playoffs, they were beat by the eventual state champion. And there is your useless trivia for the week.
That is useless.
Here's Lanning's kick.
That went out of bounds.
Going to go out of bounds. They'll set up on the 35-yard line, and that's not good news, but it's a lot worse field position than they've had the last two drives.
It's better news.
That time he kicked purposefully away from where he kicked last time.
That's right.
Well, here's another piece of useless trivia for you. Number 31 was not on the field for that kickoff. So Luke could have put it to the same spot, and he wouldn't have had the same returner.
In answer to part of the Casey Case useless trivia, Jay Smith says that he had many more girlfriends than Casey Case back at that time. And that we'll just leave it alone at that point in time.
Probably we've gone far enough.
Yes. First down from the 35 for the Bulldogs. Hand off to Dressler again. Great running.
You know, Mike, we keep saying that, but part of the running is he's got really good blocking.
Oh, he absolutely does.
I mean, we just are getting sealed off from him.
Evan Heidebrecht caught him from behind and drug him down after a gain of 7. We won't be having any replays for a while. We'll get through this first half, see if we can fix it at halftime. Hand off to Dressler again. This time there's contact made in the backfield, and he's caught for a loss.
Yep, he's going to lose about a yard. Good tackle by the Warriors.
That was Brandon Wynn.
Yep.
Actually got he got that from that defensive end position, got that jump outside and forced him to, and then Luke was able to come in and finish him up.
The Luke Lanning broadcast area is great right now as we have him right in front of us. No sun in our eyes.
Call it the Luke Lanning broadcast area?
I did call it that. Yes, I did. 3rd and 4. Ooh, they had a man jump. There's no flag as he gets the pass away. It's completed over there. That'll be a first down. Gets taken down at the inside the 45-yard line.
Mercer out there to make the tackle, but not before the first down.
I wish we did have replays because I'm telling you, their receiver on the wide side over there was moving before the ball was snapped.
That one receiver has been doing that all night.
Okay.
He's going on I think he's going on the movement of the ball. I think what you're probably seeing is, in fact, he's leaving on watching the ball instead of the sound.
Hand off to Dressler. He's got good running room right up the middle. He's going to pick up a first down.
For the ball carrier up the middle.
2:19 remaining in the half.
They're going to spot the ball at the 37-yard line.
Warrior defense needing to make a stop here. It'd be great to go into the locker room with a lead.
Both teams with 2 timeouts left. Quarterback keeps.
They're going to wrap him up.
Yeah. The trickery did not work for him that time.
There's no gain. It's going to be 3rd down.
No gain on the play.
And 2.
3rd down.
And I thought I heard a whistle. I thought they'd call the timeout, but nope, here we go.
Clock's going to become a little bit of an issue for them now.
Yeah, they've let it go. Quarterback wants to pass, drops deep, looking long down this right side. He's got a man wide open who pulls it in, and he gets in the end zone. Quick strike again.
We just were not able to get there.
Number 3, Jones.
He got way behind our defense on that one. It was just a matter of whether the pass would be accurate or not.
Warrior defense finding out that they cannot let up on any one of their assignments.
You know, without a replay, it'd be tough to tell for sure, but I think that was a wheel route by that receiver, and that's why he had a linebacker covering him.
And he did have a linebacker on him. That's absolutely right. So, up 28-24. Douglas again tries another 2-point conversion. Wants to do it with the pass. That's picked off. So it's just considered to be, you can't run it back in high school ball. That's considered to be an incomplete. So, again, the Warriors defense saves them 2 points.
I think that was Chase Stringer who made that interception.
I think it was Eli.
Oh, was it Eli?
I think it was free. I'm pretty sure it was Eli.
Okay.
You know, between Eli Hitt, Heidebrecht, Stringer, and Zen, you got some kids that are about the same size and build, and so what you have to do, Jeremiah, is look at those numbers.
Is that the giveaway?
Yeah, look at the number.
Number.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, in his defense, 3 and 8 from a clear across the field kind of look similar.
Now, where have you been all these years when people were giving me cred and I was trying to say that, Darren?
Now
Well,
what?
obviously not part of the broadcast system.
These numbers that you speak of, Mike.
These numbers that you speak of, yes.
Where do I find them?
Well, first of all, it's an ancient secret, but I'll tell it to you.
I appreciate that.
It's on the back, the front, and the sides of the players' shirts.
Oh.
There we
I
go.
thought those were how many points they were hoping.
Good thought. We're logical, but wrong.
It's going to go out of bounds.
Ball goes out, so the Warriors will take over on the 35. They'll have a minute 22 to go with 2 timeouts.
Keep getting that just snip of AC/DC on the kick.
It's a good song.
It is.
Didn't know if a kid like you would recognize good music.
I've been to Chingawassa days.
Well, if you saw AC/DC there, then
Cover band.
yeah, they were
Yeah,
pretty good
They
too.
were pretty good.
Had
I
a,
don't know how that guy sings this way every night.
had a bagpiper or a bagpipist or whatever you are when you play a
I
bagpipe.
don't know what you call that.
What? Here we go. First down. Be a tall task for the Warriors to score before halftime, but it would sure be nice if it happened.
Not impossible.
Quick strike to Zen. Zen's trying to get out of bounds and does.
He did.
About a 9-yard gain.
Tackle by 5. Have 8 on the play.
Second and long one for the Warriors. Clock stopped at 1:16 in the first half. Again, our score, Douglas 28, Warriors 24. I don't think any of us expected the shootout that we've had so far.
Darren called for a game in the 20s, and we're there.
Yeah, he was right, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Another quick hit to Zen. This time Zen cuts to the middle of the field, now cuts to the outside, can't get out of bounds.
Didn't I caveat that when I said that was my first half prediction?
right.
I think you did say that, yeah. Warriors are going to get up and spike the ball. They just need the officials to get, okay, the clock is stopped while they set it. Now the whistle blows. Clock will start. And Douglas called timeout. Douglas called timeout. Thank you very much.
I think
Wow.
they realized that their defense wasn't stopping. They were gonna try to make some adjustments on defense. So
They're going to say, stop the pass, and so we'll run.
yeah, exactly. Although, once again, if you took a look at those last formations when Zen caught those passes, their 2 safeties were within 10 yards of the line of scrimmage, though, with the snap. So if we do another quick hit like that to Zen or maybe Noah, all of a sudden it's going to be open downfield, I think, because their safeties are coming up so hard and fast.
You know what would work great in that situation is what we used to call a hook and ladder. Send Zen out, have him just do a little turnaround,
Yep,
hit it,
go.
and just flip it to a trailing back. I saw that work for the Warriors to win a game many, many years ago. So that was a Tampa State Bank timeout called by the obliging Bulldogs. So the Warriors still have 2 timeouts to go. Stringer lining up the players, calling the play count. Straight drop, has some time. Now he has to scramble out to his right. Oh, he rifles one off the
Right off the hands of Eli.
Eli hit.
Yep.
That would have been inside the 30, would have been a first down. That'll make it 2nd and 10 now.
Warriors.
1:04 remaining, so clock stop, incomplete pass.
After I say that, they came out of the timeout, and Douglas has moved back now, and they've got 5 guys now, 15 to 20 yards off the line of scrimmage. So now they're in that protection mode.
Yeah, they'll let us catch something in front of them, but they don't want us behind them. It's okay though, because we don't have to go that far to be in scoring territory. Again from the shotgun. This time Stringer rolls from the beginning.
Hard to find anyone open. He's not going to get out of bounds, and
Going to lose a little yardage.
lost a yard.
Number 31, Russ.
Warriors will call timeout. 49 seconds to go in this half. Tampa State Bank timeout.
Our Warrior sponsors for the game,
Timeout,
Marion Auto
Warriors.
Supply, Gambino's Pizza, Katie Insurance, 31st Title.
Just a reminder that you can always find up-to-date schedules at our district.
So the Warriors will huddle here right in
located
front of
at
you.
Sterling.
Perhaps you can pick
As
up the
well,
play
at the
call if you
school
listen real
website,
carefully.
you can
Zen is out of the
update
ball
.net.
game and appears to, I wonder if he's taken a blow to the mid or if he acts like he may have.
On that last play, he started to make a break, and his outside cornerback actually grabbed his back of his jersey and was holding on to him. I didn't see after that, but right in front of the official and didn't get a call, but there was definite holding there.
He's been hurting since that big catch he had earlier in the game. He came off sideline after that, was bent over. So I don't know if he's fighting something or if he got hit.
Well, he's showing some toughness because he was down here at the sideline. I couldn't tell if he threw up or was just contemplating throwing up, but he certainly.
He was just gasping for air.
Maybe so. Well, that could be too. All right, 3rd and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 42-yard line. See what the Warriors pull out of their bag of tricks here. Again from the shotgun. Again, Stringer has some time. That's complete on the far
Jackson
side of the
Tracy.
field to Tracy.
And he's close to the first down. It's going to be,
He's going to be about 3 yards short, Jeremiah.
I think it might be closer than that.
Oh, my
That's
goodness.
a bad spot.
Well, look where the ball. Okay, now they're
Yeah.
the ball marker was 2 yards off of where the ball was. We'll call it 4th and 3.
Yeah.
I liked where the ball marker.
I
guy was gonna spot
agree.
it.
Yeah,
that would have been beneficial
absolutely.
for us.
43 seconds remain. Warriors need a first down.
Stringer takes the snap. Hand off. No, Stringer keeps. He's trying to get around this right side.
there.
He's got the first down. The clock will stop so the chains can move. Warriors need to get up the line of scrimmage, get ready with that next play. Ball inside the 30-yard line. Clock starts to move. 35, 34. Stringer rolls to his right again.
Looking at Dalrymple.
That's for Dalrymple down at the goal line. He's caught it. Was he in
He's
bounds?
out of bounds.
No.
He was out of bounds. Yeah, it was a good catch, but he was out of bounds.
Great concentration by Dalrymple. He had a little contact while the ball was in the air, but it could be that they were both out of bounds when that happened.
I don't think there was going to be a completed pass.
No, it's a good place to take a shot at that, though.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
Second and
It
10.
cost you a few seconds off the clock, but an incomplete pass, brings it back.
2nd and 10, 23 seconds to go. Ball on the 27-yard line. Staying in the air. Stringer looking long again over the middle.
That might be intercepted.
Intercepted in the end zone. He's going to choose to run it out. Warriors want to make sure and bring him down before he has a big run back. He goes out of bounds. There's 7 seconds left on the clock. He gets the ball across the 50.
Blaine Murmis was not going to let him get a touchdown, and he ran out of bounds when he saw Blaine coming his way.
That was a strong safety, Keelan Jones. He really was just playing center field on that one. So, obviously, we'll have to. Oh, there's a flag. I didn't see the flag on the far side.
That was the first case that's thrown tonight where he threw it up for grabs.
Yeah.
So, that was not one where he was really he was thrown in the general direction of a receiver.
Perhaps a bit of a Hail Mary. The interception is being waved off. They'll mark off a penalty against the Bulldogs. And Jay, did you hear what the penalty call was?
I thought he said block in the back on the Bulldogs, but that would have been after the interception.
Wait a minute. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
It's not being negated.
No,
it was just during the return.
I made the mistake of.
No, he said it was negated.
Yeah, that's what he said. But that would be post possession.
Yes.
So they'll move clear back now to the 17-yard line. I would not be surprised if they just took a knee. Nope, they're going to hand it off to Dressler. He'll get the ball
That'll
to
be
the
the
25.
end of the half.
So a good first half. We'll go down to the St. Luke Hospital sideline for a report from Darren Neufeld.
Okay, well, The end of the first quarter there, we said, it was going to be a battle of back and forth scoring. Right now, the Warriors had turnover there towards the end, and just kind of let the big play is what kind of got them throughout the game. So second half, I think what we got to do is somehow figure out how to stop number 31. Maybe just key on him and let somebody else beat him. And then just keep scoring points like we are. Just go down and we get the ball. There was 2 possessions there in that second quarter where we didn't.
Guys, there is some precedent for that, because that Guerrero kid in the first ball game just tore us up in the first half. Second half, we started to slow him down. We didn't stop him, but we kept him from just tearing us up and had more success.
Yeah, we stopped them all except for 1 touchdown. So
what we've got so far, the only 2 guys that have made plays against us are 24 catching those passes and 31 running the ball.
True.
So go put 3 guys on 31, stop him, do something, and let somebody, make somebody else make the plays to beat you.
Well, that's our first half. We thank St. Luke Hospital for sponsoring our quarterly reports. We'll be back with the second half of tonight's game.
We are committed to delivering the most reliable service and original, creative programming and better quality choices.
To not just meet, but exceed your expectations so you can choose your own entertainment when, where, and how you want it, anywhere and anytime.
With individual plans that allow you to pick your services and have access to customer service 7 days a week.
Because you deserve the best value in entertainment, and it's our job to deliver it. No exceptions, no excuses.
We are Eagle Communications.
This broadcast is sponsored in part by Prairie Land Partners, the largest John Deere dealership in South Central Kansas, specializing in large ag, turf, and integrated solutions products. Prairie Land is always close by with 9 locations and more than 250 employees. Prairie Land Partners, partnering together with you to nurture the land. Right here at home, Marion National Bank supports the Marion community and the area. Committed to serving the financial needs of our community since 1905, Marion National Bank offers full-service banking, including agricultural, commercial, consumer, real estate, and loans for any worthwhile purpose. Meeting all of your banking expectations, Marion National Bank, your neighborhood bank. Lange Pharmacy brings something old and something new to MCTV sponsorship. Longtime sponsor Marion Health Mart is now Lange Pharmacy, a full-line pharmacy accepting almost all major insurance plans. Newly remodeled and offering everything from flu shots to medical equipment, Hallmark cards, gifts, toys, and expert advice on all your pharmaceutical needs. Lange Pharmacy supports the Warriors and Wildcats of USD 408. Triple R Hauling is your hauling expert, offering custom step deck hauling in more than 27 states. Triple R Hauling will handle your heavy equipment, military equipment, farm machinery, and most any item you need moved. Hauling specialty and emergency loads, ramp use, bridges, and tarps are available if needed. Call Wally or Kim at 382-7802 and get things moving. Shelter Insurance is one of the most successful and financially sound regional insurance groups in the country, providing insurance products specifically designed to best suit you, including protection for your home, life, car, farm, business, and more. Drop in and see Shelter Agent Doug Heary for great rates and professional service. Doug will help you find the right coverage at the right price. Just as the Warriors practice and play hard to achieve success, the folks at Heary Real Estate work tirelessly to meet your needs. From listing to closing, Lori Heary and her agents are there to help you. Buying or selling, they will make sure your real estate transaction is a smooth one. Heary Real Estate, serving Marion and all of Marion County.
The men and women of Marion Kiwanis Club are proud to support MCTV. Marion Kiwanis Club sponsors the annual Old Settlers Day weekend and provides financial support to Chingawassa Days and countless other organizations benefiting the area. Call 382-2115 for info on tent, chair, and table rental. Marion Kiwanis, dedicated to providing service to children and local communities.
Warriors receiving the ball in the second half. They won the toss for
I think Darren, I think that we were on when you said that. I'm not sure. Gene says you were on the air, so that's good. So we'll be receiving, which is excellent. Warriors trailing by 4. Hope you paid attention to the messages from the MCTV sponsors at halftime. We sure appreciate those folks, and sure invite you to go tell them that you thank them for sponsoring these games. Boy, line drive kick. Bounces off and taken at the 5-yard line. Nice return.
Brooks is going to bring it out to the 30.
Anthony Brooks with a 25-yard return on that kickoff play.
Yeah, and he was kind of showing off. He let it bounce off his chest and caught it. So.
You think he did that just for style? Is that right?
Sure.
It ain't right. Maybe so.
I'm kind of disappointed. Somebody from Douglas came over behind our bleachers and released mosquitoes.
You think that's what happened?
I know that's what happened.
Well, they were a bunch of them back there.
They all had my name on them.
They were swarming you, Jeremiah. All right, from the 30-yard line, Warriors with the 2 slot backs, the man in motion, handoff straight ahead to Heidebrecht. Good run's going to get nearly 5 yards.
Yeah, he picked up about 5. Warriors kind of pick up where they left off here.
I don't think we're going to see too many changes from the Warrior offense here in the second phase. I think all the changes they were going to make at halftime are probably on the defensive side of the ball.
We noted that Todd Palick was out of the ball game. Talked to his dad at halftime. He said Todd picked up a concussion in the JV game, and they're thinking it may be a while before he comes back. That's a shame. He's a talented sophomore. Another handoff to Heidebrecht, and Heidebrecht's going to get the first down, still on his feet.
Mike, that's the second player that's picked up a concussion in the JV game. Austin Baben, that's where he picked his up also, and so have 2 players pick up concussions in those JV games. Austin now missed 2 Friday night.
That is a little unusual. I mean, it's not unheard of, but it is a bit surprising.
Right.
The Warriors with the first down move the ball across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. Stringer wants to pass. He's looking long for Zen.
Got it.
Pulls it in. Zen sticks it on his feet. He's going to take it into the zone. That's a Case and Son touchdown.
And there is not a flag on the field. It is a clean play.
Wow. 3 straight running plays, and boom. Darren, what do you think?
Well, I'll tell you, once again, Sam has done a great job tonight. Every time he's needed to adjust the ball, he's made the adjustment, came back. There, he came back, made the adjustment, and actually made the 2 defenders run into each other.
Yep, you're going to see the one take out, number 1, and he is off to the end zone.
So the Warriors, if they ever get it up on the scoreboard, will retake the lead. There we go. Warriors up 30-28, lining up to try their 2-point attempt. Stringer hands off to Heidebrecht. He's in the zone. Case and Son 2-point conversion.
Sam's laying down here, or moving around slow on the sideline, laying down. He's starting to cramp up. So I think that could. We were talking about it at halftime amongst the crew, how humid it is out here tonight. That could become a factor too for both teams here as we move through the second half.
Marion 32, Douglas.
He is really looking depleted. They might want to. They're getting fluids to him, but he may want to take a seat. I don't know. That might be worse though, actually.
We don't know what's going on, but he's definitely, like I said, he's fighting something.
So a high-scoring ball game. The Warriors now up 32-28 off a quick strike on our part. You know, I was talking earlier about how they're the quick strike team, and we're running the offense methodically down the field. Well, we just took a page right out of their book.
Yeah.
But now you think about those first 2 plays or 3 plays of that drive were Heidebrecht right up the middle.
Yes.
It really started freezing the linebackers have to come and respect that, and then all of a sudden the only people back are that safety cornerback, so we took advantage of it.
Just a delightful high school football game so far, and we've got most of a half to go at 10:38 on the clock here in the third quarter. From the Lanning broadcast area, we'll watch Luke Lanning kick off. Going to go down that near sideline. Oh, thought maybe that bounce was going to stay in.
I thought it was going to stay in, but it.
Yeah, Gene was complaining that the receiver should have helped us out, but he chose not to. I want to give our helper of the game award tonight to Anderson Waddell. He's the freshman designated to run out and get the kicking tee after every kickoff. We used to do that all the time. We'd always have our
helper of the game.
Helper of the game,
Nice.
yes. That was
good.
many years ago. Back when we cared about people.
Well, I think you quit that when Austin had to run out and get his own tee after he kicked off the last couple
That
of
is
years.
true. That's a good point. I think we noticed that. All right, 1st and 10 from the 35, handoff, and again.
And Chase wraps him up and brings him down, but not until he gets to the 50-yard line.
Dressler runs like a man among boys.
Yeah, he's really powerful.
Stringer with the tackle.
Our third quarter sponsors are Marion Pack, MHS Pack, Marion County Ace Hardware, and Carl's Grocery.
That'll be a first down as the ball is pushed just short of the 50-yard line. Fans urging the Warriors defense on. Dressler around the right side. He's going to get 10, and he's getting about 10 yards a carry, guys.
Yeah, he is, like we said, a powerful runner, and Warriors having trouble wrapping him up and bringing him down.
I think Darren's point from earlier is also one that we need to make sure that we pay attention to, which is that they're getting good interior line blocking.
That tackle was by Stringer, our safety. So, unfortunately, our safeties are having to come up and make the hit on him.
From the 40-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. That time the quarterback is hit at the line of scrimmage and driven back.
And I don't know if you can see that, but Blaine really wanted that ball. He's on this tackle. He reached around the quarterback, and he wanted this ball.
I'll tell you what, we got lucky there. That head official had his hand on his flag, and I really thought he was going to try to throw that since we didn't let up at the whistle. But I think because Blaine was already falling back, he let it go.
Probably helped that Blaine went back with the guy on him instead of vice versa. Short loss. Still basically 2nd and 10. Hand off to Dressler. The Warriors defense hits him early, although he fights forward for a couple of yards.
Yeah, he's going to pick up 3.
The quarterback we haven't talked too much about, Caden Pitchler or Pickler.
Pickler.
I think it's Pitchler.
They've been saying Pickler all night.
Okay. He's a little brother to Kelly Pickler, the country artist. We're going to go there, we'll go there.
That's all right. You can make stuff up.
I am making that up. 3rd and 8. Hand off to Dressler again.
He's going to be short.
He will be short. It'll be 4th and short.
Just so you know, I just verified it is Pickler. That's how you pronounce that last name.
There you go. Powers.
4th and short would take be almost like a goal line effort here for the Warriors to stop Dressler if they give him the ball.
You want to guess who's going to get the ball here?
Well,
I think everybody in the stands knows where this ball is going.
But Darren, what about a play action to him and throw the ball?
Not on 4th. Not on 4th. Not the way he's running.
Warriors want to blitz.
Pickler with the handoff to Dressler. Dressler gets
line.
through the line. Oh, just finally brought down a
shoestring tackle by Noah Dalrymple.
That'll get the ball just inside the 15.
There was contact on Dressler at the line of scrimmage, and he just peels out of it.
First down, 14-yard line. Hand off to Dressler again.
He's not going to have much there, maybe a yard.
That time the Warriors gang tackled him right at the line of scrimmage. He falls forward for a short gain.
Oh, something a little new. They put Jackson Tracy in there at that defensive end on that side, which is the one that Todd Palak had been playing, in previous games. And tonight Brandon Wynn's been playing. I think Brandon's just tired. But it was actually Jackson that was actually got in there and got underneath, got low, like we were saying they needed to do to make a stop on 31.
Jared Ray also in on that tackle. 2nd and 9. Quarterback wants to pass. Pickler, now he's got running room, and he's going to take it into the end zone.
Touchdown, Bulldogs.
They got us all looking one direction, and off they go a different. The band takes the quarter off.
Yeah, the band has played on Wisconsin up to this point, and now we're getting it played electronically over the loudspeakers. I don't know what to say. All right. Leading 34-32. Two-point conversion attempt by the Bulldogs. Pickler flags it out in the flat to Dressler. He takes it in.
Two-point conversion is good.
Well, that'll put the Bulldogs up by 4. So, here we go. Warriors, as we talked about before, you got to score.
Yeah, I mean, we're not even halfway through the third quarter, and both teams have scored. This is just kind of a shootout tonight.
Usually, or I don't know about usually, but it seems to me that a lot of times you'll see a game that's close, but somebody will go up by 10 and somebody will come back and score a couple and it's 14, and then somebody will, there'll be spurts and teams going out and teams catching up. This has literally been I score, you score. I think no one's been up by more than one score at any point in time.
And both teams have only punted once.
Did they hold us? They held us once.
Yep.
We punted once and they held us once.
We had the interception in the end zone.
Yeah. Yep. So,
Brooks back to receive for the Warriors.
Kickoff coming to the Warriors. They've been kicking to Brooks. I hope they do it again. I think Zen could use the rest, and Brooks has looked good tonight.
He has. He's looked very strong on these returns.
That one does come to Brooks. It's going to go out of bounds, and he wisely lets it.
Warrior ball at 35.
It goes out of bounds. Flag on the play.
So the Warriors will take over at the 35. Right here in front of us at the Lange broadcast area. Hope you enjoyed the motorcycle display during the Central National Bank pregame. And how about those third quarter sponsors?
Those third quarter sponsors are Marion Pack, Marion County Ace Hardware, and Carlson Grocery.
So the Warriors attempting to match the Bulldogs score for score. Finger keeps, cuts back upfield. Oh, he cuts, he reverses direction. Yeah. He gets a nice gain.
Yeah, he drove one direction coming towards the sideline, and that closed up, and so he bounced back inside and found about 5 more yards.
He rode the right there as he made the direction to cut. He rode the back of one of his receiver, or one of the backs or receiver that was down there too, and that's what gave him that cut back and found a lane.
2nd and 2 now, short 2 for the Warriors. And off to Heidebrecht.
That was not disguised. They saw that coming.
Gets the first down.
Yep.
First down for Warriors.
Ball will be spotted at the 47-yard line. Maybe closer to the 46.
Alrum brings in the play.
5:51 to go in this third quarter. Only thing separating these teams right now has just been 2-point conversions. Stringer from the shotgun again. Puts Mercer in motion.
Fumble.
Cuckoo falls on the fumbled ball. That'll cost the Warriors about 7 yards.
Yeah, that was a tough mistake. So Warriors going to have it at 2nd, 7.
This really doesn't fit our style. We're much better off when we can get those 4 or 5 yards a pop and really put the Bulldogs in a situation where they don't know what to expect.
Right.
All right, up against it just a little bit here now. The Warriors on 2nd down. Stringer with the quick pass,
Got
caught by Dalrymple.
Yeah.
Dalrymple's going to have a, no, he doesn't have the first down, but it's a nice
Yeah,
game.
that was a good play on second down, and he's gonna be third and about 5.
So that takes it from a kind of a wishful, maybe we can pick this up, to a very doable third down.
You know, that's the type of play that we've been kind of hoping that the Warriors would find somewhere in the playbook. Is something that, you know, in that case, he picked up almost or a little over 10 yards, but you know, if we could do that on a first down, it'd really open up the field.
See what they come up with here on third. Stringer keeps, pitches out this side, and that ball's going to be recovered by the Douglas Bulldogs.
Yeah, Noah just could not find it once it hit the ground, and Warriors lose the ball on the fumble.
24, Caleb Hurd with the recovery.
That hurt. We would have been in a position, even with a punt, to, if we cover the punt well, to finally put them with a long way to go to get to the goal line. But here they are once again with the first down on the 50.
Opportunity for the Warrior defense to really make it change here, stop them and get the ball back.
Warriors definitely need a stop here. Hand off to Dressler, and he is hit in the backfield. That's Heidebrecht.
Yep. He's going to lose about 2 yards on the play. Edelbrecht.
Yeah. I don't know how you can look at that. There is no L in that word. That's what the field announcer said. 2nd and 11 now. Warriors need to string some of these together. We've had plays like that, but then we've turned around and given up big gainers. Dressler again with the carry. This again, Dressler's got the big gainer. Gets drugged down by Stringer. Gets the first down.
Looks like a cramp over here. We got a Bulldog helping a Warrior out with a cramp.
That's good sportsmanship.
I think that's Luke Lanning there.
24 out there has hurt us a little bit tonight, Caleb Hurd.
Got another Warrior on the near sideline. That's in.
Jason Bina, the Warrior trainer, who's gosh, it's been a long time since I haven't seen Jason at a game. And Zen is hurting over here, as you said, on the Warrior sideline. I think, and you're right, he's cramping. He's got players trying to help him. He must be cramping in both legs.
Powers, pickle.
Oh, pickle juice. Yeah. If I had me some pickle juice, I'd run. Matter of fact, I threw a little tub of pickles away from our.
You did.
I could run, get that, and take it out there.
Oh, not any good anymore.
Pickle juice doesn't spoil.
Just thinking about everything else that's gone in there.
Got a lid on it.
Okay, go get it.
You younger generation.
Probably find somebody's retainer in there.
Back in the Depression, you would not have passed up on a nice jug of pickles and onions from the trash can.
Right now, we'd like to wish our Douglas Athletic Secretary, Shauna Green, a happy early birthday.
Okay,
Tomorrow is her birthday, so if you see
one of the
Shauna,
student
tell her
trainers
happy birthday.
just gave Zen what I would guess is some potassium or sodium, the modern equivalent of pickle juice. The crowd applauds as Lanning limps off the field. Meanwhile, poor Zen is dying over here.
Yeah, I don't think Bina knew what was going on. He's going to have to jump one cramp to another here.
We cannot afford to lose Luke Lanning or Sam Zen.
No, I was kind of concerned with the heat today, and we hadn't seen Warriors cramping up the first 2 games, but this is something we do not like.
1st and 10 from the 31. Hand off to Dressler. Trying to get around the corner. Stringer gets a hold of his jersey. Stops him after a short gain.
Dressler, the ball carrier.
Yeah, I think he picked up maybe 2 yards, maybe 3.
30-yard line.
On the sideline over here, Lanning and Murmas are both really hitting those water bottles, and you can, both of them, their jerseys are literally a shade different color than the subs on the sideline just from sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is going to be a weekend that all the Warriors are going to really replenish a lot of electrolytes and everything else in the body because they're all losing it.
Pretty good gain that time by Dressler. 2nd and 5. Wants to pass, gets the ball away. Nicely played out there.
Yeah, it was a good play by Braden Mercer to get there and make a play on the ball without being causing interference.
You know, actually, Braden had a shot at maybe making a pick at that one,
Right.
and it was actually the defender that actually came over and hit him in the back right as the ball was getting there. Or, I mean, the wide receiver.
That'll bring up 3rd down. They took a shot for the big gainer. See if they go back to Dressler on this one. I don't know how many carries Dressler's had, but it is a lot.
He's a force to be reckoned with.
Handoff to Dressler. He's only going to get about a yard.
Yeah, he made it to about the 25-yard line.
You know,
Fourth
we
down.
don't have a stat on how many yards he has tonight, do we?
No.
4th and 5.
What do you think? He's over 100, but
I bet it's,
he's not at 2 yet, is he?
I don't think he's at 2.
Well, if you look at his season average, he's averaging like 220 yards a game based on the scouting report. So
I can see that.
So far, we're hoping that if that's the case, right now. Maybe barely, but
maybe barely.
gotta find the victories, right?
4th and 4. Chance for the Warriors to hold. They're going to throw for it.
There's a flag on the play.
Flag. The pass is complete. It will be a 1st down if it stands.
yeah, they're gonna call the second guy in for leaving early, like you talked about early, Mike.
Right there. They've been doing that all night long, but not that overtly. Warriors will definitely accept that penalty.
4th and 9, Bulldogs.
Push them back 5.
I think they're going to go for it.
Oh, I think they will. 4th and 9 on this point of the field in this kind of a game. I'd be really surprised if they did anything other than go for it. Frankly, that'll put the ball just outside the 30-yard line.
The interesting call here is if it was back to that 4th and 5, you might see Dressler run it. Here, they're almost maybe in a pass position.
The Warriors have played Dressler better on this possession. Pickler wants to pass. He's going right in the middle of the field. It was a good pass and a good catch.
No one there to defend.
Out to number 1, Colby Castor.
That's Colby Castor with the catch. We understand that he's related to our own Chris Burkholder.
Chase Springer on the tackle for the Warriors.
Forgive her for that one. That'll put the ball on the 15-yard line, 1st down. That's too bad. I would have been very happy to see a bad pass there, or a little high, a little low.
Closer defender.
Closer defender, yeah, anything, but would like to have seen us have a stop.
Yeah, that would have been really good.
Momentum back to the Bulldogs. And Pickler's going to be, he's into the end zone.
I tell you what, when he decides to run, he goes quick.
He's very small, and I to some extent, I think it's hard for people to see him.
Yeah, 5'7", 160.
Yeah, I'll believe that. I want to put a tape measure on him.
You want to stand next to him?
Yeah, I'll stand next to him. That puts the Bulldogs up again. We'll have to wait for the abacus on the other side to figure out the score as they go for 2 here.
Long snap count again.
Dressler with the carry.
He's in.
He's in.
Score with the 2-point conversion is good.
So that makes it a 2.
Nope,
score.
it does not.
It's going to be 44
Oh,
to
yeah,
32.
it does. Yes, it does. No, it doesn't. It already is.
Yeah.
It already is a 2-possession
I mean, with that
game.
score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, 12-point lead will be the biggest lead anyone's had tonight. The Warriors now are in something of a must-score position. Minute 28 to go, 3rd quarter, so lots and lots of time, but we have not shown the ability to stop the Bulldogs. So the Warriors really have to score ourselves here.
Warriors need to have a good possession. 128 in the 3rd quarter. Really need to finish this possession in the end zone and then have a stop.
This is, by the way, a Tampa State Bank stoppage of play here in the 3rd quarter. Our 3rd quarter sponsors are the Marion Boosters, a.k.a. MHS Pack, Marion County Ace Hardware, and Carlson's Grocery. Some really great sponsors of Marion High School activities and kids, and great sponsors of ours for quite some time.
Time Heidebreck is back, Brooke.
Be interesting.
So Will Alvin's in this next row up. Those couple guys that we haven't seen out on kickoffs yet tonight. Kickoff
Number
return.
6, Will Alvin on the near side. Ball fell down, so they're going to reset.
We will have a re-kick.
Thought it'd be interesting to see.
That's something you don't see every day with no wind.
That's
Right.
true.
Going to inspect the ball and make sure that's actually a football. And it is, so they're going to.
Warriors.
That they probably did.
Do they continue to kick to Brooks now, or do they decide to try Heidebreck?
Well, Brooks, when they were headed out on the field, Heidebreck asked him, and Brooks chose to go to that far side. So I wonder if he's wanting them to kick back over to the other side now. And they did.
Brooks takes it on the 15. Needs a block. He goes through a couple of tacklers, gets the ball out to the 30. Brooks has done well tonight.
He was brought down by the quarterback, by Caden Pickler, on the return. A Warrior ball at the 30.
Luke Lanning, I think, is back out there, if I'm reading the numbers correctly.
Yep.
So I see Matt Christensen out there as well.
I
thought I saw a 50, maybe not. Yes. Right there at center.
Yep.
Finger keeps.
Ball's
the
on
ball
ground.
pops out. This is disastrous.
That was not the possession.
From his hands.
So that will give the Bulldogs the ball deep in Warrior territory at a time when we needed to score. All right, we'll see what the Warriors can do. If there was ever a time to suck it up and get a stop, this is it.
You know, unfortunately, that was one of those times we've talked about it earlier in the season when sometimes Chase, when he's turning the corner, keeps it out away from his body a little too far, and that's what happened.
They had a bunch of people out there that were reaching and slapping, and it worked. Quarterback to pass, he gets pressure, and they're going to sack him. Heidebreck was in there first, Mercer's in there.
They got to him and wrapped him up. Warriors make a great stop on defense on that play, brings up second and about 15.
Dalrymple also in on that. 52 for the Warriors, Blaine Murmis.
Brandon Wynn out there, 54.
So that with the being a 2nd and 14, if they stay in the air.
Heidebreck was blitzing on that play and got through the line and had first contact.
Hand off to Dressler, and he loses yardage again.
Warriors getting very aggressive on defense this series, Mike, and probably what we need to be doing. Of course, we need to be careful here. They're going to catch on to that and have a quick pass.
Yeah.
But
3rd and 15.
I don't think quick pass isn't going to hurt us in this case because who's making the last couple plays? It's actually the line and the interior linebackers. The pass lanes are actually being covered really well right now.
Right there in the middle is number 64, Jared Ray.
That's the end of the
quarter.
Third quarter with your score, Douglas 44.
We'll go down to the St. Luke Hospital sidelines for a quarterly report.
Boy, the Warriors jumped out real quick in that quarter, scoring that on their first possession, first play, in the first couple of plays. Since then, it looked like a shootout, and then all of a sudden turnovers is kind of what's got us on the back side right now. So we just got to find a way on this defensive series to start out great. We can just keep them moving backward and not let them into the end zone. Hey, maybe we turn around, make a score of our own, and we're right back in this thing.
Yeah, I think, it's odd to say, but I do think this is, we cannot let them score. If they score, it's going to be really difficult to think of a way we can win this game. But if we hold them here, you've got the big momentum boost of holding them and an opportunity to go do something.
And what you're kind of seeing is we've had, these, I don't want to call them injuries because it's really not, it's just guys out with cramps. But we've made a lot of little tweaks and changes. I mean, if you look out there right now, we've got at least 4, if not, I think 4 guys out there on the field right now that didn't start in those positions. They've really been having to move them around, and I don't know if that's making a little bit of difference. I'm not sure, but hey, let's see if we can get a stop here.
Darren, maybe at this point in the game, fresh legs mean more than they might otherwise. 3rd and 14. Quick pass out here.
I think his
he
knee
caught
was
it on the
ground.
knee, yes.
Yeah, his knee was on the ground.
You can do that in the pros, but not in college ball.
Or even in high school.
I just elevated us a little bit, didn't I?
You're just looking forward to that KU win at home tomorrow.
Oh, I'll tell you what. I got one on the road last week.
I know.
I know a lot of my friends are so conflicted because they think we need a coaching change, but they want to win.
Right.
Can't hear a thing you're saying, Darren. Seriously.
Another Warrior down on the cramps.
Here's a pass play out on that far sideline. He's driven out of bounds.
Knocked out of bounds near the
I think that's going to be a turnover on down.
They do not appear to have a first down.
No, I think that's Warrior ball.
So the Warriors have held. We'll be deep in our own territory, but
player down on the sideline appears to be Brandon Wynn.
Yes, that's correct.
54 for our linemen. The Warriors take over like at about the 18-yard line.
Sam's in, check back in.
So we've bit by bit getting some of those starters that were out with cramps back in the ball game. Zen and Dalrymple are your receivers. Low snap, Stringer hands off to Heidebrick. He pounds forward, picks up a couple.
Yeah, he tripped up. He was almost ankles overhead on that one.
They're only going to show it as a 1-yard gain, so 2nd and 9 for the Warriors.
Warriors looking for that play that's going to break it open.
Zen from the shotgun. Got another train coming our way. Zen back to pass. Getting a lot of pressure. Zen running for his life. Gets around the right side. Zen's got running room. Goes out of bounds near the 25.
Tackle made by Colby Caster.
I think it's going to be I don't think he picked up the first down.
No. But it's going to make it 3rd and about 2.
Zen comes off limping.
Yeah, Zen's cramping up again. Can you guys hear me at all?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yep.
Wasn't sure there.
Yes.
I
Thank
moved.
you.
I moved so I could hopefully be heard again.
We can hear you.
So again, we've got the trainer working on one player with cramps while we've got the student trainer working on another. 3rd and 2. Handoff to Heidebrick. He forges over the right side. I think he's got it.
I think he's there. We're going to stop the clock and move the chains.
10:04 to go, 3rd quarters. Warriors down 44-32 in what had been a rock'em sock'em back and forth ball game. The rhythm was broken up when the Warriors had 2 turnovers deep in their own territory, resulting in Bulldog scores. But the Warriors attempting a comeback here. Got a long way to go. 1st and 10. Stringer pitches. That's to Mercer. Mercer's going to get drugged down after a nice game.
Yeah, I think he found 5 or 6 yards over there. We haven't seen much from Mercer this game. We saw a lot of him last game. Mercer was running the option with Springer, and Springer was keeping, and that's the first time he's pitched to Mercer.
Yeah, on the offensive side, we haven't called Mercer's name much. He's made he's done well on the defensive side, or made some plays on the defensive side. 2nd and 5, so nice gain there. Oh, another low snap. Heidebrick going to get a short gain.
With Zen out, Jackson Tracy's the other wideout that's been running out there now on the far side in Zen's place.
Wynn is now up and no longer being worked on. However, we've got players and trainers working on Zen on the sideline right now. 3rd and 4. Rolling to his right, Stringer looks to pass, gets it away, it's caught by Heidebrecht. Heidebrecht across the 40, across the 50. Heidebrecht to the 45.
Great play call there on a little just run out there by Stringer, and he finds Heidebrecht almost a screen pass where he's located, but not quite.
I don't know if I've seen us run that play in a couple of years like that. That was actually set up really nice by both of them. Heidebrecht made the initial contact block and then just slipped right out there a couple of yards.
Tracy will line up on the near side. Looks like Het on the far side as your receivers. Tracy needs to back up, and he does.
Sure how far he was going to go.
Again, handoff to Heidebrecht, and Heidebrecht has a nice run again. About 7.
He's hitting that hole a lot harder than he's been hitting it this season. So you're seeing an improvement as the season goes. He's just hit really hard as he gets in there.
Yeah, he is coming off that snap very quickly, and that's a nice 7-yard run, bringing up 2nd and short.
Brandon Wynn headed back into the game.
Yeah, I just saw that.
Who's 53? He's not on our, didn't show on the roster. It just came out.
I will find out for you.
Thank you very much. 2nd and 3. Play action. Stringer wants to pass. He's got a lot of pressure. Stringer now breaks a couple of tackles, and he's going to get the first down as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's close. I think they might say he's just a...
Oh, okay. He must have stepped out before I thought he did.
We're going to see where they spot. They gave him a good spot. That's the first down.
I bet they end up measuring this one.
They're going to give it to him.
Don't argue, boys.
I think he got it.
We'll get a shot here going right down the line. You can see the ball marker. Gene says he's short.
He said he had it last.
Gene's a fickle mistress.
Oh, he's got it. There.
He's got it. He's got it on this one. He'll keep the nose of the ball.
Gene says he's short by 2 inches.
I think the first down mark will be right on the stripe.
Tampa State Bank timeout as the tension mounts there.
The crew argues.
It was.
The
as the referee falls
over
the
football. Exactly. And we have a first down.
Okay, you asked a little bit ago about number 53.
Yes.
That is Cooper. Cooper
Carpenter.
Okay, thank you very
formerly
much.
wearing number 9, I believe. Is that right?
Yes, you are correct, sir.
I believe it looks like with some of the injuries, they've moved him to a line position, so they had to give him a new jersey.
Okay.
Cooper is a junior. He's not big at 5'6", 158, but he must be feisty if they moved him inside like that. All right, first down from the Bulldog 35. Play action, gets the pass away. It's broken up, bounced up in the air. Could have been intercepted. That was intended for Cuckoo.
That was a tough pass to Cuckoo. He was unable to get his hand. Not a bad shot on first down.
No. No, it's, you know, if it works, we're talking about the great innovative play calling. So you're staring at the bugs.
There seems to be some contest here on that last play where Stringer went out of bounds. The clock actually ran.
Oh my goodness!
They've actually, I mean, they're between those two plays, the clock ran off about 20 seconds. I don't know that the official ever wound the clock.
And the Warrior coaches are making that point right now.
I don't think they're going to make the adjustment though, even though the linesman from our side is over there arguing for us.
Now they're going to the White Hats going to the opponent's sideline. Now, see if they had the MCTV sponsored field mic on the official, they could just say reset the clock and add a minute.
Well, I don't know if they're going to be able to tell how much time to put back on. Is the problem.
Well, I'm willing with. I'll be able. I'll let them.
We could look it up.
Yeah, we can take care of that.
I guess they did. They only put 5 seconds back on though.
Jeez. 6:44 is what it shows right now. It's crucial for the Warriors. We need to get in the end zone here. Stringer comes around this end. He's going to have to keep it.
There's nothing there.
He needs to get out of bounds, and he did. He did a great job of just fighting off that tackler to get 5 yards out of nothing.
And there's a Bulldog down, slow to get up.
The player that's down is number 24, Caleb Hurd, who's the same player that was helping Luke Lanning when he was cramping up out there.
Up 3rd and 6.
Clock stopped by Stringer alertly going out of bounds there. This time the scorekeepers noticed. Warriors could use a big play here. They're going to roll to the right. Pitch to Cuckoo. Cuckoo trying to get around the corner, does not, and is unable to get out of bounds as they take him down short.
4th down and 4.
And it might be closer to 5, actually.
Yeah.
It's going to be a
3rd and 5.
It's 3rd down. That's the good news.
Oh, 3rd down. I thought it was 4th.
I think they just changed the 3 quicker than your human eyes, and so you thought they were going to be changing it in a moment. Oh, you're talking about what's on the scoreboard? Okay. Never trust the scoreboard.
Well, yeah, they ran the clock between the plays too, and it was out of bounds. So, wishful thinking.
Yes. Except at home. At Marion, you can trust the scoreboard. All right, 3rd and 5. Stringer rolls to his left, wants to pass, gets it. Oh! He had to decide. He had Heidebrecht 5 yards out, and he had Mercer about 15. He went for Mercer, missed him.
He is being pursued hard. There are a lot of guys facing.
4th and 5.
I want to thank Gene Winkler. He, while we were all relaxing and eating mosquito legs during the break, Gene was down there working on equipment and got our replays up and working again. All right, big 4th and 5 if the Warriors want to have a shot yet in this ball game. Finger pops it out this side. It was a screen. It was intended for Heidebrecht. It was there, and he overthrew him.
Couldn't connect. So it's going to be a turnover on downs, and Warrior defense really needing to dig in.
Turnover on down. Bulldogs will take over on.
In a game like this, turnovers certainly can, well, in any game, turnovers can spell the difference, but particularly a game like this, we need one.
Yep. That was a beautiful set-up play.
Football is back at home next Friday.
If Heidebrecht could have hauled that one in, he had quite a bit of running room. He had 2 blockers in front of him.
That's a Tampa State bank called by the Bulldogs. Well.
Exactly.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
All right.
Now, no, I still can't hear me.
I can hear you just fine.
All right. Well, we'll pretend like I can hear me too.
Can you hear me?
No.
Oh. Cord loose.
You go ahead. I need a 9-volt battery.
All right. Mike's going to get a 9-volt battery, and Warriors are going to come out here on defense. Got Brandon Wynn and Jared Ray. Got Eli Het. Got Heidebrecht in there. Looks like Murmis and Cuckoo. A lot of the guys have been here in there all game. Braden Mercer.
Yep, Braden as a sophomore has actually got a lot of playing time here with Sand kind of banged up tonight.
Yeah.
Done a very good job out here at the cornerback position.
Right here.
what you're hearing, you got Dressler as making a run all the way for the end zone.
The 10-5 touchdown.
That was not the play that the Warriors could give up there.
Where'd he go? Get up here. Get up here.
What you're hearing on Mike's mic is him trying to catch a 9-volt battery. So the Dressler touchdown makes it 50-32. Bulldogs will go for 2. Darren, I think he's over 200.
I believe you're probably correct.
2-point conversion is no good.
Warriors will
Douglas with the big 5-0 on the scoreboard.
be down 50-32, 18 points.
Yeah, I don't know who Douglas is going to see later in their season, especially once they get into their district. I didn't look out at their district setup, but they're going to do good things until they come up against a team that can stop 31.
Yeah, I mean, you get to come across a defense that is
I mean, I'm not going to say they're one-dimensional because they have, they've done some other things. The quarterbacks had some good runs. They've passed a couple out to the 24 in the flat. But on a down-for-down situation, without 31 carrying them, they would not have 50 points on the scoreboard.
He's easily half of their offense.
Or more.
Yeah.
So I think, that's the only thing I going to hinder them as they move towards the playoffs, district playoffs. Like, I don't know who they face. If they face teams like Garden Plain in their district, then they're going to have a tough time, which historically, their district in the past, I believe, has been like Belle Plain, Leon Bluestem, some of those type of schools.
Right. Mike is leaving the Lange broadcast area. He's had enough. All right, Warriors back to receive. We got Heidebrecht and Brooks as the Bulldogs kick off. It is a short kick, and it is going to be recovered at about the 29-yard line. Warriors take over there.
I think that was, I was going to say Jackson Tracy was the one. It was one of the upbacks had to move over there to the sideline and take a shot at it, get covered up.
Yeah, he wisely fell on it.
Well, to finish up this game, the Warriors, the way Douglas offense has been, I'm not going to say it's impossible to come back, but it's going to be a real uphill battle. What we really need to do is just go out here and we need to get at least one more score, maybe 2 more yet the game ourselves, and just keep fighting because, like we said at week 1, a loss doesn't really mean a whole lot other than moral.
Big throw to Sam Zinn and unable to connect. There was a Sam is hurt again. We got the trainers going out to check on him.
Like I said, I was saying we need to get some points on the board ourselves just for the moral aspect of, you don't want to get shut out here in this fourth quarter and let them completely keep scoring points. So that's going to be the biggest thing for the Warriors at this point is, hey, keep plugging down the field and get some points on the board.
Sam's able to come off the field under his own power, which is a good sign. And looks like Mike Powers is back in the Lanning broadcast area for the Tampa State Bank timeout.
Well, that was an experience, Jeremiah. My battery ran out on my headset, and Gene tossed me one. I'll take the hit for the first one. I missed it, and then he missed a couple. Couldn't get him up here, and then he heaved one up. I had it, but I think we destroyed the battery by bouncing it off the ground because I put it in and it would not work. So I just went down and got a brand new battery and took it from there. Gene makes a good point. If we'd have been setting up on grass instead of cement, wouldn't have had that problem.
Low snap.
Ball's on the
Springer's
ground.
able to recover it, but not before he's going to lose a few yards. The Warriors looking for an answer, unable to find one so far. It was a great pass attempt to Sam Zinn. He was unable to come down with the ball. It was broken up by Castor. And Warriors face a 3rd down and 15.
Guys, I don't know if you feel this way. I know most coaches, arguments or alibis about, gosh, the score doesn't reflect the game. It was really a closer game, whatever. They don't want to hear it. But as a fan, I hate to see this one go in the paper as 50-32 because it was a better ball game than that.
Absolutely. High pass, but Jackson Tracy able to bring it down. And
does he have the first down?
I think he might have it. It's going to be close. Well, they're moving the chains,
yeah.
So yeah.
First down Warriors, so good gutsy play there, 4:49 to go. Maybe playing for just a little bit of pride here, but that's okay.
Well, when you were playing catch with the battery, Darren made a good point. He said it'd be great to get another score here in this quarter.
I totally agree with that. Would have been great to catch that battery, too. Stringer's going to get just a little bit, maybe a yard or so.
You know, if you can get the score in a 2-point conversion, just what you were saying about that 50-32, all of a sudden the final score is 50-40.
Right.
You still lost, but non-district game, loss doesn't hurt you in the standings. And by getting if we can come down here and get the last score here, at least you go out of here on a positive note.
And you go out of here knowing that you're playing with a pretty good team that has played in a really good league, and I don't think they're going to disrespect the Warriors. Hand off to Heidebrecht. Boy, he is shedding tacklers. Heidebrecht with a good run for a first down.
He's going to pick up about 16 yards.
The 42-yard line.
Heidebrecht does not have the glossy stats that Dressler's going to have tonight, but he's worked every bit as hard.
Keep an eye on Heidebrecht the next couple of plays. He got slammed pretty hard, and he's not standing up very straight.
I agree with you. Yeah, he looks
what
a little.
Happens here the next couple of plays there. He hit his head pretty good on the going backwards on the turf on that tackle.
That's
good pass to Tracy.
Tracy again with the catch on a great pass play, and he caught it, moved it downfield inside the 25. Well, just outside the 25.
Pass complete out number 2.
So the Warriors 1st and 10 there.
Taken down by number 55, Kyle Hurd.
Want to pass, drop straight back, has a little time, rifled pass, that's caught by Zinn.
Sam makes a good catch. He's going to be close to the first down.
And Zinn's cramping again. Here comes Het.
How gutsy can you be to go out there and know every time that you're going to run a pass pattern, you're going to cramp up?
I am really respecting Sam Zinn tonight.
I mean, whether you catch the ball or not or even get it thrown in your direction, you're probably going to cramp up and just go out and do that about every other play. That's showing some guts and heart.
Stringer keeps. He's going to get a couple.
Yeah, he tucked that ball in and lowered his shoulder and able to get about 3.
2:50 to go in this ball game. Now, talking about, intestinal fortitude and triumphing over adversity, I often cramp up when headed to the refrigerator, but I fight through it.
That's good.
Yeah.
You're on your way to the pickle juice. I know that.
No, the pickle juice comes afterwards. All right, 2:26 to go. Warriors need to get this ball in the end zone. On the 11-yard line right now. Stringer keeps. He's going to push it inside the 10, and boy, there's a good surge there as he gets the ball down to about the 6 or 7.
Yeah, I think you're going to give him to about the 7, so it's going to bring up 3rd and 3.
3rd and 2 on the play.
Or 3rd and 2.
Zinn comes back in the ball game. He was limping a little as he came in. It's possible at this point Sam might even be a decoy, but I doubt it. Fakes it to Heidebrecht, looking for some room to pass, throws it up, Oh, oh!
I thought he had it.
Fighting for the ball down there.
It was definitely pass interference, so we're going to get the ball real close.
Did they? I don't see a flag. Oh, it's covered up by the marker down there. Okay. Is there a flag on the other side of the? Yeah, okay. They are calling pass interference. He's going to pick up the flag right now. We're completely screened from it. Well, that's a good call. I was going to kind of whine about that one.
I've never heard you whine.
Really?
Down inside the 5.
Number 5 is Ryan Keichel. That's the defender that Zen was fighting with down there, or struggling for the ball.
Another low snap.
Yep. Stringer keeps it. He's in the zone. That's the Case and Son touchdown. I'll put the Warriors at 38. Need to get this 2-point conversion to get within 10. Then you do the onside kick. You need a touchdown and a field goal, so you can take either one when the opportunity arises. If you need to take the field goal first, you take it.
I think we've proven we need a touchdown and a touchdown.
Here's Stringer on the 2-point conversion. Stringer keeps. Oh, he's not going to get there. So our score stands: Douglas Bulldogs 50, Warriors 38. Minute 31 to go in this ball game.
The Warriors kick the onside kick, score a quick touchdown, kick another onside kick, score another quick touchdown, go for 2 and win the game.
Stranger things have happened.
I'm looking forward to it. Final minute and a half of the game.
Can you imagine how excited we would be?
Oh my gosh, we'd have to strap ourselves onto the scaffolding.
Go ahead, Darren. I know you want to say something to break this up.
There's nothing to say. Even though we didn't get that 2-point conversion, you're going to end this game probably at 2 scores down. Maybe if we get lucky and get another score, that'd be great. But I think just that last drive, hopefully that's what pushes us into the next week or two.
Yes.
Especially, you look at the upcoming games. Traditionally, I haven't looked at the scouting reports yet, but the next game coming up has not been a powerhouse for the last couple of years.
And we will be on the road to Inman next week.
So, this was a good last drive to put us forward to next week. Oh.
I totally agree with that sentiment, and football is such a game of emotion. You start thinking you're no good, it's really hard to go out and play well. And I think this Warrior team will look at the film and realize that they stood toe-to-toe with this team. We just had a couple of mistakes. Eliminate the mistakes. Here's the onside kick. Oh, a nice bounce, although well handled by the Bulldogs.
They're going to recover at about the 39-yard line.
7, Dylan Lockwood with the return for the Bulldogs.
Minute and a half. We'll see what the Bulldogs elect to do. Whether they push it, try to score, put in some. I see the starting quarterback coming out, and I see Dressler, the
He's gonna pad
running
his
back.
stats.
I think they're going to hand it to 31 and just let him see how many yards he can get. But I don't think they're necessarily going to just bet on looking to score. I think they're just looking to run the clock out and pick up a bunch of yards in the meantime.
You really can't criticize a team if all they're doing is handing off the ball. Now, there's Dressler, and he's got another good run. He's going to pick up about 5, 6.
He was running horizontal to the ground. Did you see that?
He wasn't he?
He was horizontal to the ground and still running.
It's just unusual to see the man in motion fall down. I'm sorry I started laughing at that.
Timeout, Warriors.
Marion calls the timeout. And we didn't get to see what you wanted to see, Jeremiah, but that's all right.
Yeah, we all saw it.
Reminder that you can always find up-to-date.
Our fourth quarter.
I got a little whiff of, smelling a whiff of skunk.
I think so. I think it drove the mosquitoes away, so that's good.
Maybe so.
We have not talked about our fourth quarter sponsors.
We need to do that.
They are Marion Dye & Fixture, Edward Jones Investments, Ludwig Truck Line, Diamond H Fitness.
Our Warrior sponsors are Marion Auto Supply, Gambino's Pizza, Katie Insurance, and Security First Title.
You know, we don't talk too much about the JV games, but this could be a very interesting matchup come Monday night. You know, our JV hasn't put together real good games so far, but they haven't played complete games, but they've shown a lot of good spots. But they're going to face a lot of numbers of kids.
They are.
Monday night. So,
Yeah.
you know, unfortunately for them, it might be in the same situation where if they're getting run down at all tonight, they got to go out again Monday night with this heat and humidity. That could come into factor on that JV game.
I just don't want to have anyone hurt as the quarterback Pickler keeps the ball, has the first down.
Well, I'll tell you what, it looked like this whole near side jumped early on that play. No, it's all right.
The Mr. Lange has declined to have a replay. The Warriors, however, have called a Tampa State Bank timeout. That'll be their second straight Tampa State Bank timeout.
I believe that leaves them with one. I don't think they'd called any until this series.
I
Right?
believe you're correct.
If you don't use them all, you don't get them for the next game.
Well, I think
So-
calling 3 Tampa State Bank timeouts entitles you to a free toaster if you open a checking account.
Is that just for the head coach or for all the coaching staff?
Just for the head coach.
Okay.
Oh, Lordy. How much bug spray did you spray?
You are supposed to spray that in your mouth, aren't you? Well, unfortunately, after Jeremiah and Gene got done, there wasn't any bug spray left. But, you know, I'm standing up from a partner.
I appreciate that. They were going to carry me away.
By the way, next week, you guys want to stay tuned. It will be TLAP. Excuse me, TLAPD. Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Oh, that's right.
So, Darren, have your pirate jokes ready. Hand off to Dressler. Warriors hit him after a short gain.
I don't remember seeing that anywhere in my contract.
You don't have to participate.
It was in the fine print.
You can go all Casey Case on us, but you will
Casey did it.
Casey did it. That's the problem. Casey was
he
good at
said-
that.
He eventually did it.
Yeah.
He griped and whined about it for a long time, for a couple of years before he started doing
But
it.
he came around.
But once he started doing it, he was pretty good. I can't live up to that one.
We started this with Ed Wheeler, Kevin Hofer, and myself.
Wow.
That's how long Casey didn't do it. I think you shamed him into it, Jeremiah.
Took a knee. That's going to run out the clock, I think.
Well, Darren, we'll need to tear down the Lanning broadcast area. How about you, during this Tampa State Bank timeout, take us to our St. Luke Hospital Quarterly Report.
Well, yeah, it looks like unless something changes in the next, it looks like it's going to be a 50-38 loss here for the Warriors, but they played a heck of a game. I mean, this was a very hard-fought, in-the-trenches game earlier on. That's, you know, the Warriors did a lot of things offensively that we haven't seen from them so far this year. That's very positive headed into next week. The other thing is that fourth quarter drive we put together with 6 minutes to go. We got the ball back, drove it all the way down the field, and got it in the end zone. That is probably the biggest positive takeaway we can have from this game, is the fact that we ended on a positive note, we ended on a high note, so let's go take care of the next one.
Jeremiah, how about you, man? Any final thoughts?
Mike, a hard-fought game down here in Douglas tonight. Warriors come out on the losing end, put up a great fight. A couple banged-up Warriors, dehydrated, got cramps. Hopefully they can get rejuvenated over the weekend, and they can get ready for next week. So Warriors gonna have a long drive back home tonight, but nothing to be ashamed of. They played a good game, and they'll get the adjustments made and be ready to go next Friday.
We want to thank our cameraman, Jay Smith, our producer, Gene Winkler, my partner, Jeremiah Lange, and our partner down on the sideline, Darren Neufeld, wherever he went. For all those fine gentlemen, I would like to say good night, Mr. and Mrs. Warrior fan. Good night, Kevin. Good night, Red. Good night, Gabby Gabbard, wherever you are.